includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmonston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
Better realize it.
You see the 704?
You better recognize it. Everybody, welcome in. I bid you welcome. Come on in. The gates open wide. Come on in for a good time.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're having us a little party here for the next 3 hours, and we've invited you and whoever else you want to come with you for the next little bit. We're going to be here celebrating Sports 56 Mornings right here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1. Welcome. My name is Peter Edmonston. He's Anthony Sane and Zach Boyd, a.k.a. Playoffs Z, a.k.a. the Zaxine, a.k.a. fully Zaxed 5G LTE. He's got all the service right there. That's the way you got to check it, folks. That's the way you got to check it. You know, people are saying now that these mask ordinances have been dropped, how are we going to know if people are masked? Well, I mean, you just got to check the service. Check that cell service. Make sure.
Vaccinated, you mean?
Yeah.
How you going to know if they're vaccinated?
How you going to know if they're vaccinated? Well, check the cell phone. How many bars you got? You got to have all 5 bars.
Yep.
That's exactly it. We will talk about the big win for the Grizzlies last night. It was not a big performance, but a win is a win at this point, and so that's really the number one thing. Did they win? They did indeed. Did they play well? Not really. But you know what?
Who cares?
At this point, you're just trying to get the win, and that's where they are. So that win means that tonight's matchup with the Kings, to do it all again, is utterly and completely meaningless. Has no meaning for the Kings. The Kings were eliminated from the playoffs by that loss, but they had been eliminated even before that by the Spurs coming back to beat the Knicks. Then so they had nothing to play for. They definitely have nothing to play for. And now the Grizzlies, doesn't really matter what happens in this game tonight because the matchup on Sunday with Golden State will be the one that matters no matter what happens. So utterly meaningless game tonight. I think it should be a G League showcase. It's time for just the deep bench. What did an NBA game with Sean McDermott playing 35 minutes look like? What does that look like?
Are we sure he's going to be available? He's had some foot stuff.
Well, I hope for his sake. I hope so, man. I hope so. This is a big chance for him
today to make the easy
big
money.
Opportunity. So, can he be like Justin James was yesterday for the Kings and just come out and guns ablazing and tear it up? We'll talk about that. We're going to be joined by our buddy Adam Kramer at 8 o'clock. As per usual, Kari Thompson joins us at 9. Kari, we're going to talk about the Iverson Classic with Kari, but also we're going to get into really a post-mortem on his Celtics and just how bad they are and how
I don't want to kick them while they're down, though. They've got –
No, that's the best time to kick them.
I like kicking them when they're on their way down, but not while they're actually, dudes hurt and –
No, that's the best time to kick. That's what I've always said. Best time to kick somebody is when they are just fully down. They don't fight down at that point. Yeah, that's really the best time. So that's okay. You don't have to. I'll do the kicking for you.
I got you.
We'll talk with him about that 9 o'clock. We had some history made yesterday. We'll discuss that. Officially, everything's done in Minnesota. The team will be sold to A-Rod and his group. We'll talk about that. We will look ahead at a whole lot of this weekend, which potentially could be a very, very big weekend indeed. So all of that is still on the way. If you want to join us, you can. It's so simple now. It couldn't be any simpler. Just remember this number, 360-8255. It spells talk if you want to spell it. 360-TALK. That's so simple. If you want to call us, that's the number that you use, 360-8255. If you want to text us, that's the number that you use. It's all one number now, which is, man, makes it so much easier. I really appreciate and am very thankful that we are in that particular situation right about now. So that's how you get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you there. You can chat with us, too. If you're watching us on video, we are available on video on any of your famous video platforms that are out there. You know them. You love them. We're right there with you. So if you want to watch us while we're doing the show and chat, you can hit us up on the First Bank chat line as well, right below that. It's going to be a beautiful day. Weather-wise, it's been a beautiful week, really. Since the rain came through earlier in the week, from that point on, it has been absolutely lovely. Today, no exception, high in the mid-70s. Just a beautiful day out there. So get out there and have a little bit of fun. A good day to repair a bridge. That's what I always say. Let's go.
It's going to need a lot of days to repair the bridge. But
I saw the picture that the Arkansas Department of Transportation put up. They had a worker that was strapped in and like right up next to it and took a close-up. And, oh, my God, the thing. The crack, the break is an inch apart.
Man.
They said it was last inspected in September 2020. So were you telling me that? Nah, I don't.
Somebody finessed that inspection.
Yeah, that inspection was maybe not the most rigorous inspection that we've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Out there. All right, so Anthony Sane, how you feeling this morning?
Man, I feel good, man. I watched the Grizzlies. I was driving, and when I was driving, we were up, and the lead was kind of increasing. So I got home, got out of the car, got settled in, pulled out the old iPad to watch the game, and the Grizzlies were down 8 with about 4 minutes left, and I was like, what in the world happened? We're about to lose this game, and they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves tomorrow. And the whole thing about Sunday looks like it's just going to be a figment of our imaginations.
Yep.
And I sat there and I watched that Grizzlies team persevere and come out on top last night. And I do say today, Peter, I'm proud of this young, scrappy Grizz next-gen team. Proud of them. That was a big win, man. That was a what's on the table type win, and they came out there and they do what they need to do. And now you get a day off.
You get a day off. I mean, there was such an important win for them. Vital. Absolutely vital to get the win, because otherwise you would have been. They still would have had the chance, but then they would have had to probably play more guys tonight to try to make sure that you got the win. And then it just made things more difficult. So getting the win means that everyone can do whatever. Golden State plays tonight.
Yep.
Memphis plays tonight. No one should play any starters, really. For them. Everyone should just treat it as a preseason game, because it really does not matter. It comes down to Sunday, and especially even more important now that the NBA has locked in that 2:30 Central Time start for a nationally televised game. Even more important that the Grizzlies won last night, because that's even fewer rest minutes that you have. You're talking about a team that's going to go from playing, tonight and then flying over there and then having, pretty much 24 hours to get acclimated, and then you're back on the court for the biggest game of your season. That's not ideal. That's not ideal, especially with a team that's played 30. This will be the 30th game in 46 days, 19th game in 30 days. 5th and 7, however you want to slice it. It's been a extremely busy final part of the season for the Grizzlies. So that is huge to get the day off and to hopefully get a whole bunch of rest for a whole bunch of guys tonight. Starting lineup, hopefully, let's see, Conchar, Bane, Tyus Jones, Justice Winslow, and let's throw in Killian Tilly. Why not? And then
Why not?
Put Porter and Frazier off the bench. Get a few guys some minutes. That's about it. Everybody else,
Sit down,
rest, have a seat, enjoy yourself. It's just the way that it worked out. Last night for the Grizzlies too, huge night for Dillon Brooks, and he celebrated with some outrageous glasses at the end of the game.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him.
You got to check the post game. Outrageous glasses.
Man.
I mean, we're talking like he took it to I don't even know what level, but it's stupid. These things look like Back to the Future 2 kind of things. It's like mirrored, thick, mirrored.
He was saving it for a 30-point game.
Yeah, I think he was saving end of the season 30-point performance. Holy moly! I mean, unbelievable. I don't know how you describe him, but
Remember when they went on that long road trip last year, what we thought was a long road trip, and someone asked the question, "What do you take with you?" And he said something about his cologne and all these other things.
yeah, oh yeah.
Like one of your
Sunglasses,
necessities, he was like
cologne.
cologne.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So in any event, he whatever, you know what, man, he earned it. Whatever he wants to wear, whatever goofy glasses he wants to wear.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now.
Yeah. Look at those.
I appreciate him. I appreciate him going, all in with the shades this year.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
mean,
I appreciate that.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, whatever goofy, weird, that it doesn't matter, man. Whatever he wants to do is fine. It's cool. Because if you play like that, like he did last night, you can do whatever you want.
Man, he got the hair wet, slick back, the Max Headroom
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he looks like Black Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
Right.
he just out here.
Oh man,
just living it. Took 28 shots, scored 30 points on his 28 shots. Hey man, I don't, like I said,
man. Just let it
like
fly.
I said, I don't. He here's the deal. In Jonas Valanciunas, same thing. 8 of 10 for Jonas, but 8 of 8 from the foul line. 24 points, 13 rebounds. Was huge late in the game. Had a Dr.
Monster
J-esque dunk.
Yep.
In the game, he had like a little. He really did. It was like a little rocking the baby thing. Dr. JV is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing about Dillon Brooks and Jonas Valanciunas, both of them showed up with the mindset that they needed. Not everybody did.
No.
Not everybody was there. It was not, John Morant, for example, 8 assists but 6 turnovers. Didn't really stamp his imprint on the game. We talked about looking tired. He still looks pretty tired. Kyle Anderson was uncharacteristically kind of
loose with the ball, man.
He was loose with the ball, and he just was kind of out there. Like he didn't do his thing. He finished with 14 points on 5 of 6. He shot the ball well, but he only took 6 shots. He really wasn't part of the offense. Jaren Jackson Jr. continues to kind of struggle to find a rhythm, and second half was taking just terrible fouls. I mean, 5 fouls, and the 5th one was just a crazy frustration foul. So, Jaren really struggling to get so in that kind of a situation. Brandon Clark was doing his thing kind of off the bench. Tyus Jones, yikes, really bad minutes for Tyus Jones. DeAnthony Melton has not had the same impact over the last couple of weeks as he did earlier in the season. Amid all of that, you're thinking, oh man, and the Kings are up, as you mentioned, the Kings are up 6 late in the game, playing well. You got, dudes like Justin James made the list, the Grizzlies list of unknown Grizz killers. This dude is hitting everything. Justin James, 31 points for Justin James on 12 of 17 shooting. Chinese Metu, same thing, out here just hit. He had hit 8 threes all year prior to last night, and he hit 4 in the game against the Grizzlies. So he had 50% of his season total last night. This is what happens sometimes against the Grizzlies. So in that thing, and you're thinking, oh my God, like, are they going to blow this thing? And it was Dillon Brooks and Jonas Valanciunas who brought that thing home, and who just kind of guided the ship in, and who calmed everybody down and who made the plays that needed to be made down the stretch. They really had the right mental approach. The rest of the team was very loose mentally, didn't feel like they really took it seriously, didn't feel like they were had the right approach to the game. Those two guys did, man. Dylan and Jonas had the right approach to the game, and everyone fed off that energy, and eventually, they got the much needed win. But you have to credit Dylan and Jonas today. Those guys carried the team, carried the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was there was a big and one play in the final minutes of the game where JV finished almost perfectly in the paint. Made the free throw. Kyle Anderson hit a big three when they were down 4 to put them down 1. Yeah, they really did what they had to do in the final moments of the game. It took me back to, I want to say 2011, when the first iteration of the G&G Grizzlies, Grit and Grind Grizzlies, when they made the playoffs, they did it against the Kings, and it was at home, and they pretty much that particular game clinched the playoff spot, but this game made where all the marbles are on the line for Friday. But it was just a great effort, man, to be able to pull out that game. Like you said, Ja didn't have his best game, but Dylan and JV definitely came in and did what they needed to do. And they, it's all the marbles Sunday is going down. So they get the rest of the night as a reward for winning yesterday. And, we'll see if we can get the 8th spot on Sunday.
Kyle Anderson, he's been in double figures in each game. Oh, Valanciunas! Jaeger! Oh, my! Backhand dunk him then.
It was a crazy dunk. From you, and he did that thing with his head when he dunked. He's like kind of like shook his head. I don't know what he was going for there. It was great. Hey man, that dude. He has saved the Grizzlies bacon on a number of occasions.
Yep.
Both those guys, I think both those guys are they have their limitations, they have their issues that we've talked about. Dylan, with his shot selection sometimes, and some Dylan things. Jonas Valanciunas with his defensive liabilities, and they were on display last night again. But hey, man, they also are hugely important mental players. Huge, man. They may make big plays, big shots, not afraid of the moment, step up, do what has to be done, use their physicality in a very effective way, both those guys. That's big. That's big, man. So I tip the cap to those guys. They were vital. And the Grizzlies aren't doing anything today but crying into their beer if JV and DB didn't
without a doubt. They definitely
do their thing.
They definitely came up big yesterday's game. They had to. Like you said, everyone else didn't seem to answer the call. And even with the turnover issues with Kyle and it seemed like to not be focused, that three-pointer, man, that he hit when they were down 4, that was major. That was a big shot from Kyle. A shot that he wasn't even taking the shot last year. He would have passed it back out to someone else. But, yeah, it was a good game. And I told you my worries yesterday. I said, man, this is the Kings. We always have some weird games against these dudes. And it started off in moments looking like it was going to be one of those type of games again. But the Grizzlies were able to persevere. And I'm excited, man. I'm glad that they were able to do that. Looking forward to Sunday. Looking forward to the major guys getting some rest and, seeing what goes from there.
Now the question is going to be for Sunday, 2:30 nationally televised game. Will the NBA allow the Grizzlies to win this game?
No. No.
Because will the NBA allow the Grizzlies to be the spoiler that keeps you from a potential Lakers Warriors series in the?
But we may not be the only team that can spoil that game from happening though, because I might be wrong. You may read it better than me, because I don't know how the tiebreaker goes, but I believe the Lakers. If the Lakers win and Portland loses again, that the Lakers would switch and Portland would fall down to 7. Is my correct?
Yeah, the Lakers have a chance to jump up to 6. They do with that. So yes, that is true. So it may not come to that. We shall see. I don't know. There is still a chance. There's still a chance with what happened with the Suns beating Portland last night. So yes, there's a lot up in the air. We're gonna talk about it. We'll talk about some of the scenarios coming up when we return. We'll talk about the continued experimentation with Jaren Jackson Jr. We'll talk about that.
You got your numbers ready? You got your number calculator?
I haven't actually updated the numbers this morning.
Yeah, 3-0
during the break.
It's pretty simple.
During the break, I'll update those numbers. 3-0 when he starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
I mean,
cut and dry.
He should definitely start. There's no. If you're gonna play him, you need to start him. It'd be very silly not to. We'll talk about that. We'll get those. We'll get some numbers for you. Update it all as we continue. Real Sports Star, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they're doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we're currently working a crash on Riverdale Road at Winchester, right in the middle of the intersection. Also working an injury crash on Shelby Drive at I-55. We got crashes on Winchester Road at Lamar Avenue, crash on American Way at Getwell Road, crash on Perkins Road at Shady Grove Road, and also crash on Jackson Avenue at Bellevue Boulevard. Also, as a reminder, the I-40 bridge is closed indefinitely. So you can use the I-55 bridge as an alternate route, but just keep in mind heavy traffic will be on the I-55 bridge. So you can use Interstate 155 out in Dyersburg to get over, or you can go down to Mississippi on Interstate 49. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Is this the Grizzlies stayed alive last night? More of a disco Friday than a funky Friday, but there's a little funk here. A little bass one.
Live at the carnival, Wyclef Jean, Refugee All-Star. Look at here. Look what show they got. Y'all know about this joint, man. Y'all was on the porch that came out. But they like the greatest song, bro. Look what show they got, bro. Should have asked for a dance. Hold on. That's too many in a wolf pack. Y'all don't understand this, joint. Y'all was in the house, man. Couldn't even get out the house back then.
Was I even alive when this all came out?
No, you was in the bag back then.
Yeah, no, you were a teenager probably. Maybe a young adult. That's typical.
Go YouTube Wyclef Jean trying to stay alive. Great video. Can't stop shining. Can't stop the shine. You can't stop the shine, Pete. I know you tried to.
What's better, that or the pros and
Me and my crew
No, the one where they remixed "Islands in the Stream." They used "Islands in the Stream."
I don't remember that
music. That's
Ghetto Superstar.
Ghetto Superstar was "Islands in the Stream." The Islands in the Stream. Ghetto Superstar.
But see, I like the 99 Balloons joint with what was the dude's name? John Forte. You remember them? Me and my crew. That joint was hard, bro.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, we need even more of that. Even more of that. That's what I love it. I love it. All right, so our number one continues here. As I mentioned, we've got Adam Kramer coming up, along with Kari Thompson here on the program. You can join us at 360-8255 via the First Bank phone line or the First Bank text line. With the loss last night, the Sacramento Kings are now out of the playoffs, or out of the possibility of the playoffs officially. That means, Anthony, say not one, not two, not three,
not four,
not five, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 12, not 13. 15 straight years the Kings have been out of the playoffs, an NBA record.
Tragedy.
15 straight. I mean, think about that. Think about how hard that is. Because it's not as if making the playoffs in the NBA is that difficult. Like, eventually, you catch a year where you can be under 500 and make the playoffs. There's all different things that can happen. 15 straight years?
Man, if poverty was a franchise, for real.
God. Imagine.
The league should intervene, man. The league should just
You've been picking in the lottery. You've been picking in the lottery for 15 years, and you've messed it up. And you haven't found. You found De'Aaron Fox, who's solid. That's.
I think
Marvin
Fox is a little
Bagley's
bit better
okay.
than solid. But okay. I'm with you.
Do what?
I said Fox is a little better than solid, but
I mean, okay.
fringe all-star,
All right.
De'Aaron Fox. Come on now.
Yeah, you could say that. I like De'Aaron Fox. He's okay. Is he gonna lead them to glory? I'm not so sure about that. So there you go. All right. But who cares about the Kings? This is
facts.
It's who really in the scheme of things, other than just sort of marveling at their ineptitude, there's really no reason to care too much about the Kings. The Grizzlies, on the other hand, a lot of people around here care about them. Sane, you followed the game closely last night. You were right there in your combination of
as much in the building as I could.
You weren't going to be in the building because of some
the black melanin. The melanin magic wasn't trying to keep the magic. Oh, I gotta remind you of something too, man. Yesterday you tried to question the ability of black magic and melanated magic and all those type of things that we talked about yesterday. Bro, have you not seen Lovecraft Country? Man, come on, what are we talking about?
I wasn't questioning melanated magic in general. I was questioning it with regard to you specifically and the Grizzlies. That's what I was saying. I'm not questioning it in general.
Okay.
I'm just questioning it with you specifically. Let's not
just be careful, man.
Let's not paint too broad of a brush here.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so you wanted the latest numbers. Jaren Jackson Jr. slightly improved his on-off numbers last night, net rating wise. Grizzlies are now 17.1 points per 100 possessions worse with Jaren Jackson Jr. on the court. It was 17.9, so that's a slight improvement in an extra 20 minutes of action. Defense still continues to be a struggle with Jaren, and it's tough because the Grizzlies have put themselves in this position. Quite frankly, they've done it to themselves because of the nature of the way that they've brought him back. They've made it so weird. His minutes have been, he's better at the 4. At the 5, it just does not really work. And he's played the majority of his minutes at the 5. I think it's one of those things that everybody kind of wants to see work. But it just isn't. It isn't working right now, for a number of reasons. And if you kind of parse out like the lineups where he's played as the 5, the numbers are even worse. The numbers with him as a 4 are not great, but they're better than the ones with him as a 5. So, that's the thing. Saying they put themselves in that position where they have to play him. Mm-hmm. You can't. You're not gonna. You need.
You're
to get
joking
this guy
if
right.
you think the best version of your team is without Jaren.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you got it. He's for sure. But and yet, by the same token, that the numbers
he's struggling
and the performances. The team. You looked at that team on Tuesday against the Mavs. Same team, minus Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jonas Valanciunas. And they looked phenomenal, looked amazing, looked like they were, a well-oiled machine. Everybody knew exactly what they were going to do. Bing, bang, boom. You put those two guys back in particular Jaren, and all of a sudden they look tentative and like kind of question, and the energy level's different, and it's just kind of weird. They put themselves in that position saying where they have to play him because he's a vital part of their future, and the best Grizzlies team ultimately is going to have Jaren Jackson in it. But in the short term, it's hard to find the right spot and the right guy in the right situation. It just goes to show you that they really, as an organization, are not that bothered by the postseason this year.
No, not at all. Another interesting stat is 3-0 in games where Jaren starts. I'll just kind of stay right there for a minute. I won't really dig too deep in the numbers. Maybe Grayson Allen was the problem. Have we thought about that?
I mean,
having any other shooting guard in the game to close the game seems to work well for the Grizzlies. Am I lying?
No. I mean, Grayson is a fascinating. He's a fascinating dude, and he has. We looked at that starting lineup that the Grizzlies roll out, and I emphasis on the starting. The starting lineup is great. As a closing lineup, it is not great, and that's part of it too. So Grayson Allen, play him in the first half. He's a great first half player. maybe even third quarter. Then fourth quarter,
something happens.
Sorry, son. You gotta
son.
hit the bench, son. We can't have you out here, son. You're gonna have to have a seat. That's just how it goes. That's just, you have to look. And so the thing is, when that game on Sunday, if you really do care deeply about your playoff situation, that 8th seed matters a lot, because that gives you a golden opportunity to jump right in at the 7th seed with one more win. Mm-hmm. It's a huge difference. You would think that you would see like the very best, what they consider to be the very best possible groupings, minutes restrictions, anything like that out the window. Let's just go and play. So I'm very curious, Sane, to see what they think that looks like, especially if they rest everybody tonight. Very curious to see how they see the lineups shaken out in an ideal world. You know what I mean? Like if everyone's back, maybe even Grayson by then, who knows? What would that look like to them? What's their organizational ideal for how these guys should play right now?
Here's my question.
That's what I want to see.
I agree with what you're saying. And to add to that, I know I just joked about Grayson a minute ago. Like, if Grayson's ready to go Sunday, do you mess with this lineup? No way, right?
You mean you start Grayson as opposed to
the old,
Jaren, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the old, because the lineup of death is actually not killing us like we thought it would. It's actually been good because Kyle, like you said, is became that Jay Crowder type role on the team. So, I don't know. I don't know what you do with Grayson because it feels like he's going to be back either Sunday or, playing. So you just have to. Like, seriously, what do you do with him? You have to wonder, what do you do with him?
I don't know.
Bench him.
I don't know.
Bench that tail.
I don't think so, though, because, again, the numbers, the numbers indicate that he deserves a role. He's been very good. His personal numbers are good. The team numbers are good with him, except in the fourth quarter. So, that lineup, that original starting lineup, has been one of the best 5-man lineups in the entire league. Particularly if you exclude the fourth quarter. If you exclude the fourth quarter, it's like one of the best, it may be the best. So that means something. I don't know, man. I don't know what you do. They've put themselves in a position where, honestly, I don't think there's a right answer. I mean, there's definitely a wrong answer, which would be not to play him at all, or to not to play Jaren or whatever. But is there a right? Like you can make an argument for starting Jaren, but you can also now make an argument not to because they've made it take so long. It's silly. I wouldn't agree with the argument, but you could make it based on his performance so far. If they've opened themselves up to that, so I don't know. That's why I think it's going to be really a fascinating game to see like what it is they think this is supposed to look like. If everyone's healthy, and this is a big game where you win and you're in the it's as big a regular season game as they've had in a long time, nationally televised, the whole thing. What do they think is the best lineup? That's what I'm more interested in.
That's what matters. Yeah.
I can make an argument, 2 or 3 different ways, and there's evidence that would support me. But what do they think? What do they see as an organization? Especially because of something that came out yesterday that I don't know that it's going to complicate things, but it does highlight a potential issue that may come up. We'll talk about that when we come back here in hour number 1, live and local from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Carano Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps, fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Safety toes, shoes, and great quality hiking boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Start your engines Mid-South and get ready to ride in your new Mitsubishi from Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike. Who doesn't want 41 MPG highway today? We Gossett with 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $14,647 or $179 a month. And take your pick with dynamic redesign in your 2022 Outlander or 2022 all-new Eclipse Cross, now $309 a month. All powered by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Plus, test drive today and you'll receive a free gift card on us. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 stock number MHF 06296, MSRP 17735, Outlander NZ00 8245, MSRP 27260, Cross NZ00 4494, MSRP 27725, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax not on license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021, dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up.
Peter, if you
Get your back up off the wall.
I will. If you don't mind, brother, I wanted to do a special birthday shout out. One of my best friends, Jarvis Harris, his daughter, Madison Harris, turned 13 today. He said that Madison is a bigger fan of the show than he is. She rides listening to the show on her way to school every day. Just want to give her a shout out, man, for the young up-and-coming listeners of the show. Madison, her birthday is today. She turns 13. And happy birthday, Madison. The daily listener chimes in every day.
Shout out, man.
Absolutely. Shout out.
Sure.
Fantastic. Madison, thank you for listening. Happy birthday to you. 13, you say?
Yep.
Fantastic.
We got to get her a loyal listener package like your school didn't do for their fans.
I absolutely love it. I'm thrilled. As you know, the junior morningers are the future of our program,
For sure.
of our world. They're not going to build bridges that crack and break. Yeah, they're gonna make it right. Yeah, they're gonna fix. Unfortunately we got a lot of stuff that they got to fix. I think they're gonna do it.
Yep.
While they do TikTok dances on it.
And I know Madison's a very smart girl too.
That's cool.
I want to say she's an artist. I want to say that she's like good at. Yeah,
then
she
say
is.
it. If you want
she's
to,
an artist,
then say it.
She may actually
Speak it
design
into
the next bridge.
existence.
She may actually design a bridge that's actually made right. They won't,
Apparently, they say the M structure of the bridge put pressure on the.
Oh no!
Is that real? For real?
Blame the M. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
The engineering apparently wasn't quite right, or something. I don't know.
Or the
Again, I'm not an engineer. But.
Hey man, we got to quick fix this joint though. We ain't trying to do no. I'm not here for the.
I don't know about this. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, the engineer called 911. We found out when the guy was doing his inspection. He literally called 911 and said, "We need to get people off the bridge immediately.
This bug ain't right."
I mean, that's tough. That's tough. Can you imagine it calling 911? 911, what's the emergency?
Man,
I'm an engineer.
Y'all bridge is trash. The emergency is this bridge is garbage.
Oh my God, who made this thing? Terrible.
Sidney Schlinker, what happened?
Yeah, you can't blame Sidney Schlinker for that one. You cannot do that. But yes, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So, bridge is still closed. In the meantime, we talked about the weirdness and stuff that can happen, and this year has opened up the gates for some weirdness. Well, first entrant into the gate is Mark Berman of the New York Post. Now, that name should not alarm you because Mark Berman is noted to have play very fast and very loose with a lot of stuff, and his piece is not particularly true in any way, shape, or form. But he sort of put a piece out yesterday in the New York Post, which again has its own reputation for playing fast and loose with the truth. But the interesting part was, he said Jaren Jackson Jr., he said there are whispers in Memphis that they're not satisfied with Jaren and they're worried about his injury history and that the Knicks could make a run at him. I mean, again, the mechanism for the Knicks making a run at him is next off season if Jaren doesn't agree to extension and the Grizzlies can't come to some kind of agreement, then the Knicks could put him an offer sheet out there as a restricted free agent, and they could, so there is a mechanism, but it's quite a ways in the future and pretty unlikely unless the Grizzlies really did just wash their hands of Jaren, which I can't imagine that's going to happen. So anyway, that's where that just isn't true. He also shout out to him because in that same piece, in the second part of it, the first part was the Jaren part. The second part, he says, in a real rising star on the Memphis barbecue scene, the Barbecue Shop was this guy, and he talked about the Barbecue Shop's owner. Barbecue Shop's been around for like 35 years. No rising star. What is this dude talking about the Memphis barbecue scene? What are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with this guy?
And just as a place of reference for those who are worried about this nonsensical story that's written by New York Post. New York Post also reported that the Grizzlies were working out R.J. Barrett the day before the draft in the last minute, possible change of plans because they were trying to create this narrative where Ja was coming to the Knicks. Like they were finally going to get their point guard. So he created a bunch of nonsense about the Grizzlies working out A.J. Barrett and then never R.J. Barrett or A.J. Neither of them worked out with the Grizzlies. And this is just kind of what they do. They're a tabloid. And my good friend Steve Danziger used to write for 3 Shades of Blue. He was in a group chat yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, the Post is nonsense. That's just what they do. They just make up stuff to get people who don't know any better fired up." So
it's false.
It's false.
No way.
Literally was created by a writer.
Created it.
Well, I mean, the whole Mark Berman in particular is just he's got a reputation. Again, it's no secret. It's no joke that when I posted that yesterday. One of the esteemed writers, Paul Flannery, who's been around for a long time, said, "I knew who this was before I even clicked the link." He's exactly right. He knows exactly who's behind it. So I'm saying this as a thing to no one should get bent out of shape. To use a bridge pun, no one should get bent out of shape about the situation with Jaren or get worried about his imminent future. However, let me just say that this is going to become more of a thing with probably a little more fire along with the smoke the longer that things stay weird.
Yeah.
And as long as Jaren, because, Jaren has an injury history, but some of that injury history is because of the Grizzlies.
Is Grizzlies related?
They held him out.
That happened twice.
In his rookie year, they held him out significant. I mean, he could have played, I think he missed 37 games. He could have played probably 25 of those games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a thigh bruise. A thigh bruise, not a tear or a, whatever. It was a thigh bruise that they just milked because they didn't want to risk him and they were tanking at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So they just kind of, let him ride it all the way out, whatever. And his family, they were all very aware of, this is
why
what
they're doing this.
The plan of the organization. But his dad was, like his dad, who now, works for the Knicks organization, which is
right.
kind of that's another reason why this is brought up.
Mm-hmm.
His dad at the time was saying, just telling observers, he could play. He could play if he needed to, that kind of stuff. So that's part of the injury history. This year, same thing where they've kind of slow rolled his return. He could have returned quicker. They were being extremely cautious to the point of holding him out excessively as a result of that. So that's the other thing where part of this is on the Grizzlies, where they've held him out a lot, more than I would say the injuries justified. Mm-hmm. So if he gets an injury history, I always thought, I have no reporting to back this up, but I just kind of makes logical sense that with Jaren, being publicly supportive of the organization and what they're doing, I always felt like it would have been kind of a wink and a nod sort of deal with him and his family to say, look, we're going to take care of you with the extension. We're not going to lowball you. We're not going to hold this stuff against you. We're not going to treat you like a injured player who's missed X number of games because we've done this as part of the plan. And so we'll find out this summer if that's the case because he is extension eligible. But I've always felt that would be the case with Jaren saying, like I said, I have no reporting to back that up, but it just feels like if you really think of this guy as the future and there's no indication that they don't, then that's what you need to do if you're going to hold him out like they have.
Yeah, I've said that. I think that the Grizzlies have some level of integrity when it comes down to that, and I do believe that they kind of massaged the situation with Jaren to get him to sit out longer than he needed to this year. And of course, business is a business, but I'm assuming that they're going to do right by him. Period. If they don't, then we'll cross that bridge, waka waka waka, when we get there. But I don't think they're going to mishandle him. I think that they'll do right by him. I think we'll see that pretty soon, probably this summer, if they are who I think they are. If not, the smoke is coming from here personally. I can't speak for you, of course, but yeah, my little voice is.
How much smoke? How much smoke is there?
Oh, all of it. The vents are going to be wide open, sir. No filter.
If they don't get anything done.
Yeah. Or if they try to screw him around, when you can see there's an injury discount in there.
Yeah, I just can't envision that they would do it like that. I just can't. I can't envision that would be the case. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they might try to finesse something. I don't think so. I think they've made it. They've put their future into his hands in so many ways. I mean, they've backed him organizationally. They've backed him with the with the marketing. And look, man, Julius Randle's a good example this year. Man, guys can develop in different time frames. He's a guy that was much more of a late bloomer and has had but has kind of revamped his career fairly late in it. Jaren is so young. There's so much more that's still out there. He's played for 3 years, but he's younger than Ja Morant. I mean, remember that. He's a month younger than Ja. So, That's big, and he's still got a tremendous opportunity for growth. He's just got to consistently play, not take dumb fouls, not take himself out of the action.
Oh, he had one that was so bad yesterday. Oh my God.
Oh, his fifth one was the worst.
Oh my God.
It was just an incredible frustration foul. Like,
Yeah.
just incredible. I can't imagine. No. So he's got to work on that. It's part Jaren too, but some of it is organizational.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's the way they've used him, to be honest. So that's it's going to be interesting to see. I think they'll take care of him, but
we'll see.
It would make logical sense. We will see. They'll have the opportunity this summer. If it doesn't go well, or if there's no discussion, then that opens the door for possible shenanigans. Possible shenanigans. Not probable, not likely, but possible. We shall see. Hour number 2 on the way. Our buddy Adam Kramer is going to join us. We'll talk a little bit about the NFL schedule with Kramer. We'll talk about the events of college football, including some of the name, image, and likeness discussions that have happened over the last little bit, because it's been a big move. Pac-12 has a new commissioner. All of that potentially on the docket with Adam as we come back. Hour number 2 on the way. Stick around.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
You looking for a ride equipped with family fun for everyone? We Gossett at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike during the Jeep Freedom Days and Memorial Day sales event. 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $23,990 or $299 a month. 2021 Dodge Charger XST, $31,110 or $399 a month. 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sport, $335 a month. And 2021 Fiat 500X Pop all-wheel drive, $24,490 or $329 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1900 Covington Pike, or shop online GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost
finance through Chrysler, 75 months at 4.15% APR, 500X, MP 8982, MSRP 27885, Renegade MPM 44788, MSRP 26240, Charger SXT, MH 561998, MSRP 33110, Wrangler MW 725203, MSRP 33610, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
Just to let you know, we're still working accidents on Jackson Avenue at Bellevue Boulevard. Also, an accident on Perkins Road at Shady Grove. Just FYI, just to let you guys know, give you a reminder, the I-40 bridge is still closed indefinitely. So if you want, you can use I-55 as an alternate route, but expect heavy delays heading towards the I-55 bridge on both ends. So if you want to beat that, you can travel up to Dyersburg to get on Interstate 155 or head down to Mississippi on Interstate 49. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Listen. 100 stories. Disco Inferno. Why is it Disco Friday? I thought it was Funky Friday. It seems
Disco
like you're just doing mostly disco.
Disco funk.
Disco funk?
Yeah.
Dunk?
Sure.
Disco?
Frisco.
Frisco. Fusco?
Yeah, Frisco.
Yeah. Fusco. The guy who's the puppeteer for Alf, the show back in the day, his name was Paul Fusco. So that's where that came from. Fun little trivia fact for you out there. Hour number 2 is here in the Family Leisure Studios, live and local. And I want to give a shout out to of course, all of our listeners. A shout out to Madison, her 13th birthday. We appreciate her being a part of the show. The junior morningsers continue to be the key part of what we do here. Also, shout out to our friend Jarvo, the legendary Jarvis Greer, texting me bridge facts over the break. I got a tremendous amount of.
Man,
I mean,
Jarvo got all the facts out here, man.
Jarvo got all the facts. The engineering, he says that the bridge was built in the 60s, and the engineering could not accurately predict the load stresses where the two arches come together. It was started in 67 and finished in 73. In actuality, it was supposed to be a double M suspension structure, but Arkansas ran out of money, is what he says. And he said that was the issue there. So Jarvo says the old bridge is a much more traditional structure with equal load management, and it's still going strong. So Jarvo blaming Arkansas and
broke poverty, Arkansas.
Yeah, I always blame Arkansas.
You know,
load management. You see, load management is not just for you know the Grizzlies.
Players,
it's for the for bridges as well. But as I've always said, love can build a bridge, and so we're gonna have to test that out.
Just a poverty state, man. Whole state of Arkansas.
Yeah, I think a lot of states around here are.
Yeah,
sadly, unfortunately, that is the case. So that little news for you today on a beautiful Friday. Some more news you can use as we welcome our good friend Adam Kramer into the program. I check the old Twitter right before I'm popping on the show here, and look at this. Adam overseeing the tweets while he's ready to talk to us. It's beautiful. Multitasking is as outrageously good. PGA Tour tweeting this morning. the newest version of Golden Tee. It's a first view of the cabinet for PGA Tour, for Golden Tee PGA Tour. It looks beautiful. Adam Kramer, this is breaking news. Just tweet it out there. You got to take a victory lap, buddy. This is exciting.
I did not know the timing on said tweet. I knew there would be a tweet. I didn't know what time it would be. But the timing, talking to you, a Golden Tee aficionado, is perfect. So, we've been sitting on this trailer for a while, trying to carve out a good time to release it. You know, the PGA Tour, we've got a major next week, so we're trying to navigate that. And they said, "How about Friday?" And we said, "Sure." So, check it out. PGA Tour just posted it on Twitter. It's it looks pretty cool, man. We've been doing some hands-on with it this week and kind of getting it ready for prime time. Logging into Golden Tee with your cell phone, which is super cool, where you're just tapping your cell phone on the cabinet. So, it's an exciting day, man. A lot of work still to do, but pretty cool to see this stuff kind of get out there finally.
Yeah, man. You guys have been working on this for quite a while. And so the cabinet looks great. It's got the nice built-in cup holders on the sides that are very slick. I like that. I appreciate that. We've come a long way in cabinet building since the early days of Golden Tee, when I had to try to set my beer on the slidey and it would slide down and then I would nearly drop it. And yeah, exactly. Yes, we've come a long way from those days. So what can you tell us about the a little more of the specifics? We've seen a few of the trailers. Yeah. We've seen some courses. What do we know about early summer is the thought? Yep. I know you guys are still dealing with some logistical stuff, like everybody else is, with chip shortages and all that stuff that's happening right now. It's not an easy time to be in the business. How many courses? What time? And give me whatever details you can give me. I would love to hear it.
Yeah, so let's start with timing. We are aiming for kind of early summer, which is sort of late June. Hopefully everything arrives. I think people, regardless of what you want, if you want to do anything right now, like our fence broke, right? We were trying to replace pieces of our fence, and the cost of lumber's up 300%. It's hard to get. Just to replace a piece of fence. So I guess it was. I thought originally hey, this is going to be the electronics, but I think it's just everything. So we have to just be transparent and navigate that and say, hey, we are targeting late June. We've had a lot of interest, which is really exciting, from customers, longtime customers who've been in kind of the amusement operations industry, which is great. And then from a messaging standpoint, we're going to launch with 3 PGA Tour courses, but there's more than 85 of the original Golden Tee courses on this thing, and there's more coming. Ooh. We're going to be doing 3 new courses every year. So if you've played Golden Tee now and you like those courses, that's great. And if you've, enjoy the PGA Tour games, 2K has a great game with PGA Tour licensing, you're going to be both. So it's really kind of not one or the other. It's a mixture, which I think is really exciting for both us and the tour. A lot of our efforts this year have gone into the cabinet. So that touch screen, getting that thing right so you can log in, so you can do different things, set up private contests. But the NFC, as we've gone down this rabbit hole, I did not know what NFC really was. I knew what it was, right? But I never used it. But to download my card to my phone and just take my phone, not have to go to any specific app, just unlock it and tap it to the screen and both log in and pay is pretty cool. And we're talking to, we had a conversation with Apple yesterday who's like, hey, they're pretty cool. What do you guys do? Apple, right? That is neat. So when we went into a lot of this tech, it was this stuff I thought was more maybe common practice, and it wasn't. And I think it will become. We hope, but it's exciting, man. The game itself, I think, largely is the game people love. We don't want to really reinvent that. It looks better. Everything's been rebuilt. It's 4K, whatever. But really, we're starting with the cabinet, and then we're going to build around it. And the cool thing with Golden Tee, it's 35 years, and this is a really long-term deal with the tour. So we have some time to kind of build this foundation and then really grow it, and I'm excited about that.
So the question I have when I was seeing all this is okay, so is there going to be different modes or different ways of playing? Like, are you just going to watch people just brute force sawgrass into the ground and shoot, 25 under out here because it's not the Jim Zielinski, style of course? Or will there be like a more quote unquote realistic mode where you kind of have to play in a more traditional style?
It's a great question. It's something we've talked about. For now, we want this to feel like Golden Tee. And so when we talked about maybe trying to redo the putting and stuff like that, this is a 35-year foundation of a game. And trying to redo it right now, after so many people are familiar with it, I think is dangerous. And so what we did was we started playing Sawgrass, and we said, what does this feel like? Started playing the other courses, and it felt good. I mean, it's more straightforward golf, but I've watched people who are not. Again, I'm a nut, right? I'll shoot 25, 28 under on some of these courses with regularity. That's not a brag. It's pathetic. I get it. But I'll play these more straightforward courses, and I have a great deal of fun. I'll watch someone who's played a little play these courses and enjoy it and still struggle and, certainly much better than they would be if they were playing real golf, but still are captured by it. And so we will kind of introduce elements of that. I think the cool thing about this is the weaving in and out of both PGA Tour and Golden Tee and these things coexisting. So really, to me, these PGA Tour courses, like if you're a great player, maybe you want to play, on top of a mountain like we'll offer in some of the places we're going to go in the future. And if you don't, then you could go to PGA. I think the goal of this really is options. And there's a lot of golf games out there, but there's not a lot of games that can offer the variety that we do, right? I mean, that's the thing. The essence of this is capturing the spirit of the game. It's been around for a long time. And this incredible license with all of these really cool options that's going to allow us to go in places we haven't been.
Yeah, it's great. I love the options. I'm thrilled. I'm really I just can't wait to see how it all kind of plays out. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. I'm excited to get my hands on it and take a look at it here as soon as possible. So that's awesome. Congratulations to you guys for all
Appreciate
of that.
It, man.
That's a huge deal. Tennessee. The state that we are broadcasting from, although we have listeners in many different states because we're right on the border, as you know, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri. Yep. We reach out quite a bit. But we are all, me and Anthony and Zach, we're all in Tennessee. Tennessee is the 15th state now to allow student athletes to profit off name, image, and likeness. The bill signed yesterday by Governor Bill Lee allows for Tennessee athletes to profit in similar ways to some of the other bills that we have seen. Some of them, there's some differences here and there. Did we lose Adam? Zach, did we lose Adam?
Yes.
Oh. Did you hang up on him?
No.
I think he might have hung up on him.
I think he hung up on him.
I think he just hung up on him. He's like, I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of this Golden Tee
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this
amateurism.
Zach just hung up on you, Adam. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Well, once you stop talking Golden Tee, that's my time to go, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I got work to do. I got work to do, boys. I'm sorry. This is a big day for us.
I heard Tennessee. I heard Missouri. I heard the states. Yeah. I think I got the roundabout of the states as the preset.
Okay. Well, then let's go past that point. And we'll go to the question, which is Tennessee now is the 15th state to allow name, image, and likeness. And each of these bills is different. We've seen the Georgia one allows for schools to redistribute up to 75% of that money towards other athletes. We've seen limitations in Florida, limitations in South Carolina, Alabama, but they've all Mississippi signed it. But they're all signing something. And now 15 of the states. We've also seen some major changes in the NCAA. At this point, Adam, now the train has clearly left the station. It's just a matter of when and not if. How does this whole thing end up playing out from an NCAA perspective?
Well, Mark Emmert somewhat hilariously acknowledging that the NCAA is going to, be adaptable and come along for the ride is hilarious, as if he has a say in that. At this point, right? I mean, so I find that part pretty funny. But I do think this is going to be gradual because, in truth, I'll cut everybody some slack. I don't think anybody knows what they're doing here, right? Like, this is brand new. So the business structure and everything else, I would imagine, is going to change drastically over the course of the next few years as these deals are signed and these things become a reality. The more states and the more models, I think, is fascinating. We saw, Georgia's and the redistribution of these resources to these schools. You've had some schools that have said, hey, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it this way. So for a while, this is probably going to be part of the recruiting pitch. If you're someone, though, and I was thinking about this even further, if you're a Nick Saban who is a control freak, for lack of a better term, like, this is going to add another wrinkle into your, process, so to speak, right? So it's kind of a big deal. And so I think there's going to be a real, sizable feeling out process, but this is happening. And you're right. The train has left the station with a vengeance. And I think this thing is moving fast. And we went a decade with the NCAA kind of just, kicking the can down the road without movement. Now that states have gotten involved, there is no stopping this thing. And I think the question really is, okay, this is going to happen. What is it going to look like and what's next? Because this is not the end of it by any means.
Well, and it's not the end of it. It's only the beginning. It's going to be crazy from here on out. And you've seen, state schools incorporate this into their pitch now. Alabama, Arkansas, among others, have created programs to try to boost players' profiles and make it kind of a business / influencer kind of curriculum on top of it.
Yes, and real quick, these states as a whole, the success of these football programs, and you and I have talked about this a lot over the last probably 10 years, the business of Nick Saban. Okay, Nick Saban winning championships is great for the state of Alabama, but Nick Saban's presence, when you look at enrollment, has changed the business model of Alabama by tens upon tens of millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, just by him being there. So the states are going to get involved because, and we know this too, especially Alabama, they are close, man. Nick Saban's probably closer to being a governor than just about anybody in that state. So the success, or certainly not providing an obstacle or roadblock for these teams and programs to remain successful, is of the utmost importance to them.
Vital. Absolutely vital. The other thing with the whole college football situation now, we've seen a new Pac-12 commissioner coming from the entertainment world, George Kliavkoff or something. I don't know the pronunciation, but somewhere in that neighborhood, coming from the entertainment side. And he has a similar resume to Larry Scott, which is not necessarily ideal, but it seems like he's been more well-received and seems to be more open to doing things the right way. But he came out immediately and said that his position is that he wants CFP expansion. He wants playoff expansion. Playoff expansion has been sort of quietly explored by the committee, and after a few years where they initially were like, "Nah, we're not expanding. It's 4. That's what it is." It seems as though in a season of changes, all of a sudden, Adam, we're open for business here to go to 8 or even 16. How quickly do you think that happens?
It's not just open for business. It is inevitable. I think as they're workshopping this out in the open, what the playoff folks are trying to do is to figure out what that number is, right? So it is no secret when you start to hear these leaks and ESPN report, hey, we're talking about it, and it's probably going to happen. And I would imagine that something like this is probably 3 years away, right? And it would not shock me if we got the EA NCAA football game and a playoff at the same time. Not that those two things are going to parallel each other purposely, but when I look at the timing of this thing, I think it really is a matter of how many and when at this point. And so, and I got to say, in terms of the Pac-12 championship hire, where Larry Scott failed was relationships. And there were some really cool tech-centered ideas. And by the way, relationships and distribution, you could argue those two things are probably coexist in a lot of sense when you talk about the Pac-12 network. That was a colossal failure. Yeah. So you bring in someone that, while a similar background, you're going to need. You're going to need. And you bring in someone, by the way, with a little background in a little city called Las Vegas that if I'm the Pac-12, my headquarters is in Las Vegas. Every major championship I do is in Las Vegas. You expand the playoff because, of course, you do, because your rights go up. You're making some more money. So I think you're going to see a pretty drastic change. Now the problem is, and actually I thought this was mentioned as well in the introductory press conference, the success of a conference commissioner really is down to the success of coaches, teams, and athletic directors. That's where the Pac-12 still needs to find a kind of a breakthrough, at least when it comes to football.
Adam, do you think there'll be any, like everyone is talking about the whole thing with amateurism and guys being able to have compensation for their name, image, and likenesses. Do you think that some smaller schools can kind of even the playing field if they've got smart people in marketing who can figure out ways to generate income for players, or even like if you're a smaller market, but you've got this corporation, like for example, Memphis has a FedEx here. Do you think that those type of things can even the playing field?
A small company like FedEx?
No, a small market like Memphis has a huge company like FedEx.
I'm just messing with you.
So you tap into something that's going to be fascinating, which is, let's say Memphis has, and I don't know any of this to be true, but an incredibly wealthy booster who owns let's go Tommy Boy style, a muffler business down the road from campus. Right? I think there are some loopholes here. I mean, a lot of these people that are going to be inclined to compensate these players have their hands in a lot of different businesses. So whether whether it's well intended or not, I mean, if you remember, things like, gray shirting, like every rule that college football seems to make, recruiting visits and, all the different things that they walk the line kind of, and they tip their toe over. I think this is going to be the case. And I don't think, quite honestly, because this is so new, anyone has an idea of what that is. But here's the deal. Let's say you're at a smaller school. Let's say you're Liberty, right, who's got a star quarterback this year, okay, that may not get the national kind of deals that an Ohio State quarterback or a Georgia quarterback would get. But still, this is going to open up doors for them to increase their profile and get something, which is better than nothing. But does it probably increase the value of going to an Alabama? And Peter, you mentioned it. Like they're going to. These schools are smart. They've got massive social media and marketing teams. They're going to put their resources behind it. Yes, and yet I think when you've got these smaller school stars, like a Coastal Carolina or something like that, of course a brand's going to come in there and say, "Hey, how can we latch onto this?" Because that was a national story.
Well, and the other thing too is that what I think is fascinating about all of this, I think it's long overdue. It's something that needs to happen. All that is true. But the question becomes, is there a way for your star left tackle to become a name? Is there an opportunity for those guys to get the same level of compensation, or in some level of compensation? Can they change it? Can they do it? Can they find a way to make that work? That would be my question. Because, and not to say that from a capitalistic point of view, it's whoever, whatever sells the most, mufflers, to use your example, is what's going to get the most money. But you also it would also behoove some of these teams to find a way to get those guys paid. Is there going to be some way to kind of make sure that the star center gets a little love too?
I'm sure there will be, but if you look at right now, sports cards are booming again, right? It's unbelievable to the point that Target has to stop selling them in person because there's been
Pokemon cards, man. The Pokemon cards. That's where the action is. Unreal.
Unbelievable. So, but when you look at the sports card industry, the interest is in right now, like Justin Herbert, Tua, right? Trevor Lawrence is going to have an insane market. Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. It really is centered around the quarterback. Of course, there'll be interest in wide receivers and skill position guys. And sure, Chase Young will get his too.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that's going to have to come over time. Now, will that person, that center, that great pass rusher, I think stardom will translate. Superstardom will translate. But how will stardom be perceived? That is a great question. I think they'll obviously be able to get some. And by the way, in college, I feel like that stardom at positions, it translates a little bit cleaner than it does in the NFL. Like a dominant left tackle or even a dominant left guard on maybe a team that's not great, that's the dude on the poster, right? Like that, You can do that. The dominant pass rusher, the linebacker, a guy like Zaven Collins for Tulsa. It's a weird comparison, but if you watch Tulsa play this year, that was the Michael Jordan of that team. When they're coming out of the tunnel, they're warming up. It's like, hey, this is the 6'4", 260-pound dude that is unreal. So I think in the right spot, in the right situation, those guys can flourish. But make no mistake about it, in terms of impressions, and there's the Darren Ravels of the world that can run the formula. The Tuas and everybody else is going to generate more interest as a result. They're going to be probably a lot more in demand, at least at first.
We will see. It's going to be fascinating. Again, congratulations to you guys. Hopefully you can lock up with a college player on the Golden Tee front. Maybe we can combine everything into one fell swoop, and you can get the sponsorship deal. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Let's just combine everything. The Adam Kramer special. Let's get the all of the interests into one. Would be spectacular. So I look forward to that. Congratulations again, buddy, and we'll chat again next week. And I want to see even more. So let's make this thing happen.
Will do. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Good stuff from our friend Adam Kramer at Kegs and Eggs on Twitter. And again, if you haven't checked out the Golden Tee thing, it's on the PGA Tour's Twitter feed. You can check out the cab and the whole thing. And now that the CDC has relaxed some of the mask situations that are out there, kind of get out there and feel free to play amongst yourselves. Get in there, get in the mix. Especially go get vaccinated so you can get in the mix.
I got a couple questions for you, Peter.
Okay, well, let's do it when we come back.
Yeah.
How about that?
We'll chop those up.
When we return. Mm-hmm. Anthony Sain's Question Corner when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Frontier Western Store is open and ready to serve you for all your needs in boots, apparel, pet food, and more. Frontier is proud to be a local leader here in the Mid-South when it comes to boots. Stop by the store today for an incredible selection of name brand work and dress boots. Come browse aisles and aisles of top quality boots at everyday low prices in their world famous boot showroom. Dan Post, Rocky, Durango, Twisted X, Georgia, Ariat, and many more. There's so many styles, colors, and fits available, you might need a hand picking out your favorites. Luckily, Frontier's knowledgeable sales staff will cheerfully assist you with any questions you have and ensure the proper fit of your new boots. Frontier also has an amazing selection of jeans and shirts by Wrangler, Ariat, and Carhartt, as well as a fully stocked women's boutique department with thousands of tops and dresses at unbelievable prices. New arrivals often. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Start your engines, Mid-South, and get ready to ride in your new Mitsubishi from Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike. Who doesn't want 41 mpg highway today? We Gossett with 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $14,647 or $179 a month. And take your pick with dynamic redesign in your 2022 Outlander or 2022 all-new Eclipse Cross, now $309 a month. All powered by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Plus, test drive today and you'll receive a free gift card on us. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 stock number MHF 06296, MSRP 17735, Outlander NZ00 8245, MSRP 27260, Cross NZ00 4494, MSRP 27725, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax not on license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021, dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
Nothing new to report as far as accidents on the roadways. Just a reminder, the I-40 bridge is closed. 55 is still open, but expect heavy delays from both sides of the bridge as people are trying to get through. So if you want, there's two options. You can use Interstate 155 out in Dyersburg to get across, or you can travel down into Mississippi and use Highway 49 as an option as well. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Let's groove tonight. Share the spotlight.
We're gonna groove tonight. It's all right. All right, Anthony Sane's question corner.
Yep, had
right
a
here on
question
Sports
for
56
you.
Mornings. Here come. Let's hit that music for Anthony Sane's question corner.
It ain't that crucial, promise. Help explain to people why this game today doesn't matter for the Grizzlies, and if we had a one day, if we win today's game and the Warriors lose, why we still have to beat them.
Well, I mean, it's essentially it comes down to the fact that as long as the Grizzlies are within a game of the Warriors, the Grizzlies and the Warriors are tied at one each. So in the season series, so whoever wins the game on Sunday would also own the tiebreak. So that means that as long as the Grizzlies are within a game, even if they're a game back of the Warriors, and they win that game, that would mean that they'd be tied in terms of record, but they would own the tiebreak. So they would win in that scenario. And then if they win or whatever, so either way, and there's no way that the Warriors, now they have the same record, there's no way that the Warriors can enter that game anything more than one game up on the Grizzlies. So if the Warriors win their penultimate game and the Grizzlies lose, that means they'd be one game up on the Grizzlies, but that wouldn't matter because whatever happened on Sunday, they would still be tied. So, and if they're tied, then the tie goes to the team with the tiebreaker, and whoever wins the game on Sunday will have the tiebreaker.
There it is.
So if the Grizzlies win it, then they're in. So it really does come down to a one-game scenario, irrespective of what happens tonight for either the Grizzlies or the Kings or the Warriors. Doesn't matter because the Grizzlies beat the Kings last night. It was not the ideal situation, but it was what it was. I also give a shout out to Udonis Haslem, the 41-year-old. And that's our age. He jumped in. He hadn't played all year. He played in was put in the second quarter of the game, the Sixers and the Heat. And this is the 18th straight year in which he's appeared in at least a game. Played 3 minutes, 2 technical fouls, was ejected after going after Dwight Howard.
That's Fantastic. How you go out. That's how you do it.
And that's how you do it right there. I mean, that is. He's the only player in the last 20 years to play in one game and get ejected.
That's how you do it, man. That dude was playing for Miami for a long time.
Yeah, he's the oldest active player in the league. It's only the 45th game he's played over the last 5 seasons. So it's not he's very much the elder statesman of the locker room kind of guy. Like that's what his role is. It's not not an active player anymore. But hey, congratulations though. That's a great. I mean, what you just get out there, go after Dwight Howard, and then get ejected. Play 3 minutes. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's how you do it. For sure.
That's GOAT stuff right there. That's that's the king.
It's crazy that man's drawing a check still too though.
Again, it's the whole thing of being in the locker room, and how many times have we talked about how the Grizzlies could use a steady locker room presence and a guy to be an elder statesman and help some of these young players and all that. That's exactly what he does. He's the guy that has that precious Heat culture. He's the one who keeps it in lockstep in the locker room. He's the one who mentors the Bam Adebayos of the world and all that, all those Tiger-esque sort of players that the Heat have. He's the one who he gets them all ready to go and gets them in the mix. So that's fantastic. Fantastic news. We talked about it a little bit. Fantastic news on the mask front. The CDC yesterday with a major announcement that fully vaccinated people, can more or less go unmasked pretty much wherever, unless you're in an extraordinarily tight situation or something really unusual. You're pretty much good to go to go mask free, which I'll be honest, I think is fantastic news. It's great news, and it's it's following the science, man. That's as you know me, so that's where my heart is, man. We got to follow the science. What does the science tell us? Well, the science tells us that the vaccines have been extraordinarily effective, unbelievably effective thus far. We have tons of good studies now about vaccinations, about how they have prevented infection, and they've also prevented spreading the disease. They've also prevented the disease from being passed along. That was one of the big worries was, oh yeah, you're vaccinated, yeah, you're not going to get it, but can you still spread it? Well, the answer is no. No, you really can't. It doesn't spread that way. And the most recent examples from California, where they've had 13.5 million people saying fully vaccinated, 13.5 million people, and of those, they have 3,350 cases of COVID.
That sounds good.
That is a 99.975% effective rate.
Oh yeah, I'm
99.9 again. 99.975. That means you have a 0.025% chance of actually getting COVID, and in terms of it being serious, it's about 0.0002. I think is what they said the number somewhere. That it's a tiny sliver of chance.
I feel a lot better, man. I feel so much more comfortable in literally everything I do. I'm ready to take this mask off. But here's my question on the mask thing, though. Like, where does that was my second question. I forgot my question, but I'm glad you said it. Where does that – because restaurants, stores, businesses, arenas, schools, et cetera, still have the right to say you have to have a mask on when you come in here, right?
They do. They have the right to set the terms of their own. You know,
so you can't toss the mask because.
So it'll still be. Yeah, there's still going to be places. I mean, it's going to take a while for this to be widely, accepted. Some people still just don't believe it. But see, that's my frustration with it. Saying like, I had a conversation with Evan Barnes, our buddy Evan Barnes, yesterday on Twitter about this, and it was a very respectful conversation. I have a lot of respect for Evan. He's more hesitant about this stuff than I am.
What? No way.
Oh yeah, he is.
Ow. Yeah, he is. He has been on lockdown though.
Because I told you, Sane, you joke about me, but I'm not one of those guys. I follow the signs.
I'm sorry.
You like to joke about me.
I'm sorry, bro.
You like to joke about me, but I'm not one of those guys. I follow the science. That's what it came down to. And I've told you that from the beginning.
So Evan trusts. Evan follows the science, and he's black, so he don't trust the science. So he's got a dual thing.
Evan definitely. That's exactly. I don't know about whether it's because he's black, but he doesn't trust the science.
I don't trust y'all, man. But he's super locked down.
Yeah,
I can. Yeah.
But so we had the discussion of, because people are saying, okay, well now what's going to keep unvaccinated people from saying they got vaccinated and go into places without masks? Well, the answer is nothing. They're going to, but the idea is that the benefit to vaccinated people has to be taken into account. And if you're vaccinated and you can't get it, then it really doesn't matter about, from a personal safety standpoint, whether you're surrounded by unvaccinated people or not. That's kind of been my point, is like, if you're going to tell people to go get vaccinated and you're going to tell people, hey, vaccinations work, they keep you from getting sick. But then you're also in the same breath going to say, well, actually you got to wear your mask in these situations because, maybe they're, well, then what are you telling, then what you're telling them is actually we don't trust that these vaccinations work because we're making you wear your mask in all these other scenarios. That's a mixed message. And so it leads people that are, I think there's a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about it that aren't like strict anti-vax, it's a whole hoax. I think there's a large group of people that are kind of like, I could kind of get it maybe, and if they're motivated the right way, maybe I could, that kind of stuff. I think there's plenty of those people, and those people, when you tell them, hey man, you get vaccinated and you don't have to wear a mask, you're good to go, like you will be safe. I think that's compelling. That means something to them. Here's the other thing too. Once this comes out of the emergency use thing, and once it becomes just straight up approved by the FDA, then businesses can start to require it. That's when you get into the real push comes to shove thing. When schools and businesses can, when it can be a requirement that you are vaccinated and you have to prove it, like you do when you register your kids for school. You have to bring in the doctor's thing that says, hey, you've gotten your MMR vaccine, you've gotten this, you've gotten that. When that becomes the thing, then
it's on. You cooking with grease.
Then yeah, and that's coming.
But this is what I'm asking though. Like if stores, businesses, arenas, whatever, are still saying, hey, you got to have a mask on to come in here, where are you gaining freedom to wear a mask at? Just outside?
I mean, in general, for example, like meeting, if you had some hesitancy about going over to some friend's house for some thing, they're now telling you, hey, you're good to go. You can do whatever. Taking a long car trip with friends where you're sharing.
And if a club or a bar or whatever says you don't have to wear a mask, like it is what it is.
Yeah, if you forget your mask, you don't have to flip out or anything like that. Stuff like that, and then more importantly, it paves the way for those places to allow more flexibility on the mask if they want.
If they wanted to, yeah. It's not a law. It's just a kind of a suggestion.
And it goes along with the fact that the state of Tennessee is reducing the mask mandate or has already reduced it. Anyway, so this kind of goes along with it. I know people are worried about. There's some people that are worried, and what Evan's big point was like, well, the unvaccinated people, what are you going to do about them? There is always that thing. There's definitely a large amount of unvaccinated people out there you have to consider. But
we're not going to worry about them right now.
If you take all that into account, those people they're never going to get vaccinated. There's a group of people that's never going to get it no matter what you do. No matter what you do. So my thing is to try to reach the amount of people that could be persuaded, and make sure it's make it a real motivation for them. If you tell somebody, hey man, go get vaccinated, but you still got to wear a mask inside, you still got to do this, you still got to stay 6 feet away, you still got to do, well then they're like, what the hell's the point of that? What is that vaccine actually doing for me? But if you say, look, you can get vaccinated and now feel free, you can feel safe to go and party all summer without a mask on. Hey, that's a big motivator for a lot of people that are kind of hesitant. At least your language matches, your words and your deeds match up, which has not been the case over the last little bit. You got to trust the science. These things they're safe. I'm a fan of just trusting the science. I hope more people will get vaccinated. I hope everyone would get vaccinated. It would be hugely helpful because these variants that have popped up, they pop up because there's widespread, and the more there's spread, the more opportunity there is for variants to pop up. So it's in everyone's best interest for all of us to get vaccinated. But I think this is good news to tell people that we can get back to normal and we can get into the mix, and hopefully sooner rather than later. And that would mean for a potential playoff game at FedEx Forum, maybe you can get
tell me about it, yeah,
and get some folks in the mix down there and all that stuff. And maybe the one area we don't know, we still are wondering about is kids. We don't know about because there's going to be unvaccinated younger kids, and I got 2 of those, so I'm definitely paying attention to that stuff. We still are kind of unclear on that, but for grown-ups, get out there.
I'm gonna say this again. We talked about this, and you went on a rant about Robert Parra, governor of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm. Governor Parra.
Why didn't he just step up and just say, "Hey, full arenas, you're not gonna get a full arena regardless, but just take the restrictions off and say, hey, mask, vaccine, whatever." I mean, come
Why
on, man.
Why did he step up and do it? Does he even know he owns the Grizzlies?
Does he realize? Oh, I do still own the Grizzlies, don't I?
He's like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I do own that team. How about that? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I don't know why he does anything or doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's him.
Why isn't the Wi-Fi better? You're a Wi-Fi king, man. Why don't we have just blazing Wi-Fi in the phone?
I know. That was the thought. It was like, oh, man. It's
about to be high-tech. It's about to be the most high-tech arena in the world.
Can't sign into nothing.
Can't even text nobody. I can't even send a text message.
Change the music up tonight. Hey, tonight at FedEx Forum, it's going to be an experimental game with the lineups. I'm sure everyone's going to be resting. Hey, you know what? Let's rest all the old music too. Let's just make it just
freestyle it, man. Pull some stuff out the
freestyle.
There you go.
Just put stuff in. Just try new things. Why not? Fantastic. All right. When we come back, lots more to get to as we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is? It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail, so you get the haircut you want. And, of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the Tea Tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The Tea Tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts. The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Mid-South Hobbies has your favorite model airplanes, boats, race cars, and trains to build. With brands you know like Lionel, LGB, and a large selection of Traxxas radio-controlled trucks, cars, and boats. Mid-South Hobbies has all the accessories to make them complete, with thousands of paint colors to make them shine. Reach the sky with rockets and kites, or reach deep into your imagination with action figures, comic book superheroes, and fantasy quest games. Get passionate about your hobby at Mid-South Hobbies. 4862 Summer Avenue, open 7 days a week. Call 901-682-9402.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Speaking of music, played in the Grizzly game.
Yeah, there it is.
For years. Here's one. Man, I can give a little grace to the Gap Band. It's pretty good. I hear this like once every 6 months. I feel like that's good. That's a good amount. It's a great song, man. I can't deny it. It is a great song. I can't deny it right there.
When you hit that big 3-pointer like that one Kyle Anderson hit that put the Grizzlies down one. That's
never set me free.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and put Ball to the
Put me to the sky, never get so high. You are my view. You are my what? I don't know that. I was always like, you are my ooh, you are my ooh. I just kind of muddle that line. I don't really know exactly all the. I stand amused, confused. You were the best for me, but you done me. All right, Minnesota Timberwolves. Owner Glenn Taylor has reached a verbal agreement finally to sell the team to A-Rod and e-commerce mogul Mark Lore, $1.5 billion with a B, $1 billion, or like 1% of Bill Gates' income or his net worth. That's incredible. It's incredible. But they finally got it done. They're 50-50 partners, these two guys. And so it's going to happen. They said they're going to keep it there. They're not going to move the team or anything like that. And that's going to happen there. So exciting times for A-Rod, who it's impossible for him to look anything other than smug in a picture. You take a picture of A-Rod, he just looks like just a smug dude.
Yeah, he does. That's for sure. But what made that thing break down in the first place? Like, how did it break down the other day and now it's done?
It didn't break down so much as it just was they had an exclusive window and they didn't get the deal done in the exclusive window. So now they've got it done in the non-exclusive window.
Okay.
So that's really the whole situation there. We talked about the COVID situation. There's still plenty of concerns about worldwide in COVID. India is in a horrible state right now, really bad shape for India, and has been for a while now. And Japan is also experiencing significant growth of COVID again. There's a state of emergency that's been put into place in Tokyo and other prefectures as the Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshihide Suga, is trying to do what he can to keep the Olympics in Japan. There's a lot of people. Japan has the lowest vaccination rate in the modern world. Less than 2% of Japanese people have been fully vaccinated.
Huh? Why?
Yep. There's a lot to it, but the big things are, one, Japan has an antiquated thing of the vaccine has to be tested in Japan. They don't accept any other tests, so they wouldn't accept that it's been tested in the United States. They want it tested in Japan, so that slowed the rollout tremendously. They also have a very strong anti-vax culture in Japan, which is becoming a bit more of a problem.
Really?
For them. Yeah. So it's there's a lot of stuff, and they also have a very strong mask wearing culture, which kept.
All right, that's why I thought for sure they would have been
They wear masks regardless, but the issue is going to be, who's going to go over there. I mean, the Olympics is supposed to start July 23rd. That is about 2 months away.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
The Olympics is one of those things.
In Japan.
They had to cancel it last year, and it's been sort of on the, I don't know. It's been out there, but I don't know. It's been weird. And now I look up oh my God, it's 2 months away from the Olympics, really? Yes, it is July 23rd supposedly, and people are not really cooperating with the stay-at-home stuff, the social distancing stuff. They're having problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, there's not many folks that are vaccinated. A lot of athletes, man. I don't know if they're going to jump over there. I mean, again, if they've been vaccinated, they should be okay. But a lot of folks probably won't take real kindly to this. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if it's going to work or not. This is the Olympics could be in some significant danger for sure, especially with these variants and all that stuff coming in. It's just it's a tough situation. There's no doubt about that. Hour number 3 on the way. When we get to hour number 3, we're going to talk to our friend Kari. We'll talk about the Iverson Classic last weekend and what we learned. We'll also talk about his Celtics and why they're terrible. And did you say you're going to go easy on him?
Yeah, I'm not going to just dump on the Celtics like that.
Really?
Yeah, I promise. Scouts on.
When did you all of a sudden get Mercy? When did that happen?
I don't know, man. Just sometimes you just have a change of heart,
It's unusual. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to do it for you. We'll do that when we come back. Hour number 3 on the way. Stick around.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
There's now a faster and easier way to pick up your Corky's Barbecue. Order and pay online, pull into the designated spot, text Corky's to 474747, and we'll bring your order right to your car. No waiting.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Gossett Kia on Covington Pike is celebrating Memorial Day all month long, and we can put you in a new Kia for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $139 a month. 2021 Kia Soul, $179 a month. And 2021 Kia K5, built in America, $199 a month. All 36-month leases, only $3,049 due at signing. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Forte, $139 a month lease. Soul, $179 a month lease. K5, $199 a month lease. So hurry to Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 358110, MSRP 20,590. Soul M777 6411, MSRP 21960. K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So far, there's really no accidents on the roadways so far this morning. Just keep in mind, we're dealing with delays on I-55 by the bridge as I-40 is shut down for the foreseeable future. Interstate 155 out in Dyersburg and Highway 49 are available in Highway 49 in Mississippi are available if you need to get over to the bridge if it's in a dire emergency as well, traveling and such. So that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen.
on the move. What? Huh? Yeah. One time. One time.
Just wanted to drop some. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you got
some quick breaking news. The exclusive Bango tee is now available on the AsylumTees901.com. You can go on my Twitter, my Facebook. It's available. It's already orders just flying in already, man. Peter, I might quit in the middle of the show, man. I ain't gonna lie. This, first time only. First time ever, man. I might not be back at the next break, man. I might hit the big one with this.
You think so?
Yep. Go ahead and give me that retweet, man. And tag NBA 2K. Tag your boys over there. Give me that retweet, Zach. This the one I want the Grizzlies. Give me a phone call. All right, say we let a lot of stuff you've done slide by, but you know.
I'm gonna tell you this one. Having seen it, it's very cool. I like it, but you're definitely using a mark of theirs, which they're going to. It's actually the daily double of using a mark of theirs and potentially a mark
of Warner Brothers.
DC Comics. So Warner Brothers. So you could be getting many phone calls.
Yeah, could get a couple phone calls.
That's exciting. That's exciting, right there for you. So I wish you all the best. Hopefully you've got some lawyers that are ready to jump up into the mix.
Yep. Corey B, Cordell, and Twanda. Gannett, Cordell, and Twanda.
Yeah, that's right.
Get everybody together, man. Call Morgan & Morgan. See, they want pieces of this, man.
Alexis Morgan.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know who's going to take that case. But all right, so hour number 3 is here, presented by our friends at Acura of Memphis. I am Peter Edmiston. He is soon to be sued. Zach Boyd on the mix in this particular outing. Our buddy Kari Thompson joins us now from the Commercial Appeal at _Kari Thompson, and I know he's been very, very busy. We're going to talk about the Celtics here in just a little bit, but let's talk about some good news for you first. And what were your impressions of the Iverson Classic and the way that it all went down? A very successful event by all accounts, with a lot of extremely big time prospects, and looked like it was a really good deal, was it?
Yeah, it was a great event. Obviously a lot of exposure, a lot of chances for guys to prove themselves. And anytime you can have that collection of talent assembled in one place, it just makes you go, whoa. Like, you could literally look at those two benches and go like, how many millions of dollars are at Bartlett High School right now? With future NBA guys. It's crazy.
What were you the when you watched and saw, who jumped out to you?
Josh Minot actually surprised me a little bit. I wasn't expecting him to get 18 points. He did really well. I mean, I think only like 3 or 4 guys that scored more than he did. And, obviously his size, I mean, he's much, as everyone's been saying, he's taller in person than he's listed at 6'8". I don't think he's 6'8". Like, coming from a 6'6" guy, he's a solid at least 3 inches taller than me. So, Minot's in that 6'9", 6'10" range. Like, I saw him standing next to Rasheed Wallace, and I'm like, they're about the same height. So he was impressive. Obviously, Chet did his thing. Paolo did his thing. And J.D. Davison did his thing in the dunk contest, man. I mean, that was impressive to me. I mean, that kid can fly. I mean, he just had some – even his misses were crazy. But, I mean, he threw down some crazy dunks. So, overall, it was a good event.
What did you see from Jonathan Lawson in the game that stood out to you?
Not much. I don't think he even attempted a field goal.
Really?
I was going to say, he didn't do a whole lot, did he?
Yeah. He was 0 for. He didn't score, and I don't think he took a shot, if I remember correctly. It just wasn't that type of environment for him. I mean, it was good that he got picked for the game, But I mean, among these guys who are out there, you know, even though it was his city, he didn't get that much run, unfortunately.
All right, speaking of guys in their city, real answers only. Why wasn't Kenny Chandler in the game?
Real answers only?
Yep.
I don't know. I can't come up with a good excuse for him, man. Like, he got picked for the game. To my knowledge, he's not, like, grievously injured. So I don't know. I do not know.
That doesn't sound like a real answers only to me.
Yeah, it sounds like you know something, man. What are you hiding over there, Car?
I'm not hiding nothing, man. I'm hiding absolutely nothing. I have no clue why Kennedy Chandler did not play in the game. There were two people who were picked who didn't play. The other was Jordan Nesbitt, who, you know, I think they picked him because of the Memphis connection and is obviously not with the program anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Kennedy. And I saw two of Kennedy's teammates playing, you know, like,
right.
You know, two of his teammates from Sunrise. I talked to one of his teammates from Sunrise and Jaden Akins. So I don't know what the deal is, honestly. Honest to goodness truth, I have no clue what the deal is, why he didn't play the game. He not only didn't play, he didn't show up to any of the events either. Like, he wasn't at the practices that I was at. He wasn't at the dunk contest. Unless he was, like, stashed away somewhere where no one saw him. He wasn't on the bench for any of the events, certainly. So it was weird not having him around.
Well, the streets just told me that he went to the prom with his girlfriend that night. So how do I know this, but you don't know this, Car?
I mean, I saw the prom pictures. I mean, you know, I didn't realize it was the same night. But if it's the same night, then, you know, I get it. It's not, you know, he has a million basketball things ahead of him in one prom. So I get it. It makes sense. But shout out to the streets, man.
Oh,
yeah, I don't.
The streets talk to the kid.
I mean, the streets talk to me as well, and we've had some discussions with the streets. The bridges talk to me mostly, and they say, "Fix me, please, for God's sake." How did you let me get to this condition?
The bridges talk.
That's most of my chat right there. So
the bridges talk.
Fix me.
Fix me! I'm about to collapse. Oh my God!
Who's Brian Davis to make me in that shape for him?
How did you let this happen? Why do you not care about me?
Oh, the 18. Oh,
didn't y'all just put like a million lights on me? Did no one notice that I was about to break?
Another 18 wheeler. Oh, my God, I was
man! Ouch!
Oh, it's the Amazon truck. I'm hanging over your life over here.
Memphis Bridge is falling down.
Oh, Black Lives Matter.
Come on, everybody. Come on, sing along.
Black Lives Matter protest. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. It's Black Lives Matter protest. Ouch. Oh,
black people
jeepers.
There's 1,200 black people over here right now. Help.
Oh, man. They didn't warn me about this. Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so that's the question.
I got a question for you guys. I got a question.
Oh, okay. You got a question. Oh, all right. You got a question. Okay.
Why is the I-40 bridge the new bridge? Wasn't it built like a million years ago?
Well, by
It
comparison,
was, but it's still newer than the other one.
Yeah.
It's the other one was built in 1955. This one was built in 1960, or started in 67 and finished in 73, according to our good friend Jarvo. And so I believe Jarvo, the Memphis Bridge expert, Jarvis Greer, who gave us that information. So that's why it's the new bridge. It's newer than the other one. It's not new. We need a new bridge. I've said that we need a third bridge. The new bridge. That's what we need. Maybe do a little structural engineering assessment before we build it. How about that?
That would be nice.
Did you hear that from the New York Times did a piece on it and said that they quoted a professor from the University of Memphis. Although the byline of the story and the dateline is from Nashville, which I don't know what are we doing writing from Nashville about Memphis. But anyway, he talked to the writer Rick Rojas talked to Adil Abdelnabi from the University of Memphis, who said that there were the damaged beam on the bridge consists of 4 separate plates. 3 had been completely severed, and the 4th was 20% fractured. A full fracture of that final part of the beam had the potential to cause a catastrophic failure. So we were lucky that the bottom plate didn't give away completely.
Dude, do you know how many times I just drive over that bridge just to drive over it? Like,
yeah.
Look at the water.
I drove over it the day before it closed. I'm all family. We're up there. We're just driving and just, do. Like, I mean, they can't even they can't bring like river traffic under it because they're not sure if it's going to just collapse under its own weight. Oh, jeez, Louise.
I put on Twitter that I drive over it all the time just for fun to look at the water, and they were like, "Ha ha! You didn't know how close you were to seeing it up close."
Oh man.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we've spent so much time this week talking about an institution that has been around for a long time, and we've seen a lot of great things from it, and it's about to crack under its own weight. And and then we've also been talking about the bridge, because I was talking about the Boston Celtics, who have basically been around for a long time and just about to crack under their own weight. Poorly structurally designed, really just about to just fall completely apart. Kari Thompson.
Come on. You're trying to say that Jaylen Brown's wrist looks like the I-40 bridge. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that's exactly what it was. Jaylen Brown's wrist is the equivalent of them finding that crack. They're like, well, shut the whole thing down. That's it. It's over. Just shut her down. That's it. We're done. We're done here. We got nothing. That's exactly right. That is correct.
Shut it down. Maybe next year.
Just shut the whole. We're done. We got to get out. Nope. Everybody just nope. Nobody get on this thing.
Back up again.
That's right. There's no timetable for it to come back up again. And Danny Ainge is out here. Hey, the bridge is fine. It's fine. We're good. We're good. I was just. You should see my phone. I was so close to making some trades to get a new beam to fix this thing. We're good. I was so close. Look at these phone calls I made. It was almost there.
Yeah. We got the Grizzlies pick though. We got
That's right. we got a beam coming in 2022. We got a great beam coming in 2024. A lottery beam pick.
And Aaron Nesbitt's coming in to fix the.
That's
got
right.
some gorilla glue to hold it up together.
That's right. Peyton Pritchard is out there just holding on for dear life underneath that bridge. So what's with your terrible squad?
I mean, it's just one of those years, Peter. Like, I just can't explain it, man. Is this? I don't know. Is this what it feels like being a Redskins fan? Well, I'm not used to this. I'm used to winning, bro. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not used to winning, so I don't know what you're talking about there. It's been since I was a little kid that I had any of that.
This is what it feels like. Is this what it feels like?
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna? Are they gonna actually break this thing up? Are we gonna see any kind of significant movement here? It feels as though this thing is just kind of broken, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I hope they keep the Jays together. I mean, because they're a great pair. But I don't know. I'm not ready to start talking about trading one of them yet. And then outside of them, it's like, who do you have that's super valuable, like that could get you something in a trade other than like Marcus Smart? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just take the Grizzly package, man. Just take it.
Realistically, what would they even offer?
Well, the package is Warriors pick, Utah pick, our pick. Brandon Clark, salary cap to match. We can make the numbers work. Justice Winslow, we'll get you straight.
That makes no sense. Come on, man.
Quit acting like Grizzlies draft picks don't make Danny Ainge salivate. Stop it. Check his resume, man.
They do, but I'm not at any age, man.
Hey, just get ready, man. Just which one you sending down? You sending this Brown or you sending this Tatum? Which one?
Man, you
for a slightly COVID-19 worn Tatum, we'll give you the package.
man. You're gonna have to throw in like the Pyramid and Gibson's Donuts.
No problem. Bass Pro Shop, Gibson's. I can tell you a lot of donut places I eat at as well. So if they were gone, I would make it. I'd find a way to survive.
You're gonna have to have them open a Wing Guru in like Massachusetts.
That might be on the way. That might be coming soon. Yeah, you know they
gotta do something about this team,
400.
though.
Zion ordered a 400 piece the other night, so.
Honey suicide, right?
Right.
Oh, God. No, but you guys got to do something, right? You can't run it. You can't run it back. Like that's the classic Danny Ainge move is let's just run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's see what's that. Oh, run it back. We're good. Everything's
Classic
good.
Danny Ainge's move is make a trade, man. He tries to go.
No,
big. Like,
try to make a trade.
Try to make a trade.
Try to make a trade.
Try to make that trade.
All right, he makes trades. He doesn't make trades. What he'll do is he'll stand pat for a couple of years, build assets.
It's been a couple of years.
He'll load.
Y'all have no
When
assets.
it's time, he'll load, and he'll trade for a guy. He traded for KG. He traded for Kyrie. He traded for Kemba. So he likes to stock up for those big moves. The thing is, like, it's a little intermediate move, how you build a team. So we haven't seen too many of the intermediate ones.
That's the wrong answer.
The wrong answer. Zach, who's your basketball team?
You already know.
The Grizzlies?
You already know, man.
Okay. Respect. I'm not saying nothing bad with the Grizzlies. Respect. Shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to J. Cole for shouting out John Morant.
Oh, yeah.
Dropping a great album off season. Fane was hating on it, I saw.
I'm sure you're a J. Cole fan, too. You look like this dude who loves J. Cole for a week while his album is hot.
Man. You were on Facebook hating on it, man. Calling him J. Quill. What's that, man?
J. Quill, his music puts you to sleep, man. Like his known fact is Dreamville. Like he named it Dreamville for a reason, man. Like his music puts you to sleep. I mean, Cole's a great artist. He's one of my favorite rappers, but it's undeniable that his music makes you sleepy. Like that's just scientific fact. I've had lucid dreams listening to J. Cole.
Bro. Hating.
All right, here's another fact. His music also has an expiration date. It has a release date and an expiration date. You're not going to want to listen to his album after a month. Facts. Facts. A month after it comes out, you're not going to listen to it again.
What's wrong with that, though? I mean, that's fine. You know, we have expiration dates on food and other things that we enjoy. You know, that's fine. Who says music has to be timeless? Who says music has to be timeless?
I like music I can, I'm just not gonna listen to it on a road trip because I'm not sure if I'll make it. I might, fall asleep at the wheel.
Okay, so then what's the first album you're playing on a road trip thing? Some Heat.
Oh, if I'm on a playlist, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna tell my phone, hey, play some Drake. We gonna ride from here to wherever we going.
Well, that's for you. You could do that.
That's who we asked. He did ask me, so that's the answer I gave.
Drake. That's Drake.
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 But yeah, I've had Cole in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I just had to make sure I had a good energy drink in my system before
My goodness.
But for real though, like people don't listen to J. Cole's music after it's been a month out for a month. His albums don't get any better.
No.
That's true.
Facts. What are you saying?
That's facts,
I've been
man.
listening for 10 years.
And y'all always say, what's the one with the address?
2014 Forest Hills Drive?
Yeah, y'all holler out Forest Hill Drive. Like, okay, he's got like 5 albums.
I'll be real. This is the best album in a while. I'll be real about
the one
that.
he got out today hard though. I ain't gonna lie. The one came out this morning is hard. I'm about 25% through.
That's what I need to hear.
But his thirstiness and desire to be mainstream is kind of bothering me. I ain't gonna lie.
What do you mean?
He shouted out half the NBA.
Yeah, he's thirsty, man. He's trying to like get NBA players on his side. He's doing features with anybody, like
politicians.
Nah, man, he's trying to cross. He's trying to
shouted
out
out Angela
like
Merkel
Drake,
from Germany. Shouts out.
So he's fine with that African basketball team, so he's about to drop some buckets.
He signed a deal.
He wants to be Drake and Kendrick so bad, bro. But he's thirsty. He's thirsty, bro, for sure.
Stop it.
All right.
Kendrick wants to be bro. Stop it.
Who? Kendrick going to be cold.
Kendrick wants to be cold, bro.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
Say less.
Stop it.
Okay.
Don't be hating because my man been in the game. Buckets off the album.
All right. Holler at me next month and tell me if you still bumping this cold that came out today.
I'll hire him 6 years from now and be like, hey, the off season's still bumping.
Yeah, I'm shout out to John Morant. Shout out to let me think, who else?
Hey, no less of a rap connoisseur than Kevin Hart says J. Cole is in a class of its own.
Right.
I like Cole though. Don't get it twisted. I just think I just give an unbiased opinion about him. Like he's a thirsty artist to me.
Man,
he wants to be in a class and a tier that he's not in, so he's just kind of,
what?
He's
what
doing.
tier is he not in?
He's not as popular. He's not as popular as Drake, and he's not as conscious or people don't take him as serious as they do Kendrick. And he wants it. He wants in both of those lanes. He wants to get in both of those lanes, and he's like, it ain't happening for him. Then he's like arguing with literally no names on Twitter. Like, get out of here, man.
There's an artist named No Name.
Exactly. He's like arguing with her on Twitter and get out of here.
She's fire.
She a tear Cole up too.
Oh,
man,
that's what the greats do nowadays, man. That's what Kevin Durant does.
Get out of here, Cole. Get out. That's who Cole is. He's like a Kevin Durant of rap. Man want to be LeBron so bad.
Come on. But come on, man. I don't have a particular opinion on Cole. I think like saying he's a really good artist.
He's a try hard, man.
I don't like
the first dude would do a feature with nobody. That dude doing features with everybody in the world now.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like his feature.
Because he already went platinum with no features.
Man, get out of here, man.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like the was it My Life with 21 Savage? Like that. Like yeah. Like they need to do a collab like right now.
Yeah, the joint with 21 is hard. Carl, get out the phone, man. What's Samaria doing? Let's finish the last. Call Samaria right fast. Tag her in, man. Just go.
Oh man.
Get him off the line,
man.
I bet she has.
All right, we got
on her playlist, bro. I bet you that.
She probably does. I got Cole in my playlist, but like I'm just being real about him though.
Exactly.
Man, that man want to be Drake and he want to be Kendrick so bad, but he's not neither one of them. But he wants in their lanes. He want to be in their lanes bad as a mug, bro.
Bro, if they do those little like one has to go things on Twitter, and they did Drake, Kendrick, and Cole one time, and it, like they asked like the entire like Zion's rookie class, and every single one of them picked Kendrick. It wasn't even close.
We holler you. Go bump that Cole. I'm gonna bump it myself.
Kari,
I'll be done by the end of the month.
Have a great weekend, my friend. We'll talk again next week. Hopefully the opinions will be a little bit better.
Good.
All
right, I got TV.
All right, see it. That's our friend Kari Thompson. We'll preview a big weekend for the Grizzlies, and we'll just kind of skip tonight's game because that really doesn't matter, and get right to Sunday because that's the big one. We'll talk about it when we come back. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
You looking for a ride equipped with family fun for everyone? We Gossett at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike during the Jeep Freedom Days and Memorial Day sales event. 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $23,990 or $299 a month. 2021 Dodge Charger XST, $31,110 or $399 a month. 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sport, $335 a month. And 2021 Fiat 500X Pop all-wheel drive, $24,490 or $329 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1900 Covington Pike or shop online. GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, 75 months at 4.15% APR, 500X, MP 8982, MSRP 27885, Renegade MPM 44788, MSRP 26240, Charger SXT, MH 561998, MSRP 33110, Wrangler MW 725203, MSRP 3316, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax on license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Whether you're driving for distance, pitching for precision, or putting to win it all, come to Edwin Watts Golf Shop to get custom fit for all your clubs throughout your bag. Hit a few balls and let our team show you the latest swing technology and data that will help optimize your game. Having each club tailored to become your gamers will help you start shooting lower scores. Let Edwin Watts Golf Shops help you make every shot the perfect one. Come in and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Let's get dancing.
Yep. 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 All right.
Disco Funk Friday. I feel you, Zach.
Have we recovered from Kari's terrible opinions?
Man.
Right on cue, No Name has been trending on Twitter.
Man, No Name probably going off on Cole.
She got bigger problems to figure
For real?
out.
What she got going on? Sleepy
Man.
album this man dropped. You muted, fam. You muted.
Oh yeah, my bad. It's too deep. It's too woke for everybody this morning.
That's what she said. That's what No Name said.
Well, no. Well, I'm saying because I read some of the stuff that she has already tweeted out, and
She's tweeting about Colder?
No.
Oh, okay.
She could care less about him right now.
All right. She got her own thing going on. But yeah, we got to play that Cold Monday. Hopefully they have some radio versions out so you can play that.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. We can rock that Monday. Need to make that a
Are
thing,
you sure it's
man.
still gonna be? Are you sure it's still gonna be okay Monday? I mean, like you're gonna be done with it by Monday.
We might be straight up not interested anymore. Then my album gonna be #1 for a week.
A couple of days.
It went aluminum.
Well, he's going against Nicki Minaj, so he might not be #1. Well, no, he'll be.
Hey, like Nicki brought back the trio though.
Man, let me look at Nicki one more time. Hold on. Look at her album cover.
She brought back the trio. She got Drizzy and Wayne back.
I ain't even listened to it.
So,
first track.
There you go.
I'm curious. I'm curious what it sounds like. It's been a minute since she dropped one.
Oh, yeah, I'm finna bump this John as soon as I get up out of here. Matter of fact, I might put that in my earbud right now.
Instead of the show, you're just gonna listen to that.
Just gonna listen to her and y'all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. All right, so we mentioned the win last night for the Grizzlies was very important.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be there, had to get it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Had to do what they had to do, and so they did it though. They did it exactly right. Wasn't perfect. Wasn't smooth. Certainly were some concerns about it, but you know what? At the end of the day, they were able to bring home the victory. congratulations to them for that. Now, that means that because of the win last night, and big thanks to Dylan Brooks and Jonas Valanciunas for that, the game tonight is utterly irrelevant, and I would assume that the Grizzlies are going to rest as many guys as they possibly can. I would definitely hope they rest Ja Morant tonight, in addition to Jaren Jackson Jr., who normally sits out on the second half of a back-to-back anyway, or on one half of a back-to-back. And other guys, I think they could rest as many guys as they humanly can to get ready for Sunday. So the question is now, Anthony's saying, what happens on Sunday? The nationally televised game between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. Winner takes the 8th seed, which means in the play-in situation, they would go on the road to whoever ends up being the 7th seed, whether it's the Lakers or the Blazers, and win that game and you're in the playoffs. Lose, you drop down to face the winner of the 9-10 matchup at home. So you have 2 cracks at the postseason with a win. If the Grizzlies lose, they go into that 9-10 game to take on the Spurs. They would host the Spurs and then have to win that game in order to play for the 8th seed. Anthony saying, what happens? Nationally televised game. Theoretically, if the Warriors win, they could set up a 7-8 matchup in the play-in with the Lakers against the Warriors. All of the NBA, all of the television world will be trying to make sure that matchup happens.
Oh, for sure. The
how many will Earl Hebner, Tim Donaghy be the referees?
I can
for
see
the
commentators
Grizzlies?
mad that the refs aren't swinging the game if that doesn't happen. What will happen? Peter, I've learned to expect the unexpected with this team. I've learned that whatever I think is going to happen, that's not what's going to happen. With this, I've learned that over the years, the 20 years they've been here. And with this iteration of the team, I've learned to keep up the same energy. The Grizzlies are going to beat the Warriors Sunday. We're going to beat them.
Okay.
Same
what makes you
feeling.
say that?
I don't know. It's going to take a lot of things that happen though. John's going to have to go all the way off. I'm sure they're going to do some. I'm sure they're going to put Dylan on Steph for the most part. Even though I know Dylan would probably rather guard Wiggins because he loves going at the co-Canadian guys on the other side of the team. But with the lineup they're playing with Kyle and Dylan being your wings, I think it kind of could cause some problems. John's gonna have to have a big game. Dylan's gonna have to be in control. You know he's gonna be super amped up because of the brevity, the big deal. So, but I think we can get them, man. We've looked good against Golden State. Except for the game we lost to them, of course, when they had nobody. But I think they understand how big the moment is, and I think you'll see the Grizzlies give their best punch, and I think they'll pull it out.
I think that. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they handle Steph, because ultimately, that's the thing. And there have been many teams that have had many ideas and thoughts about Steph and what they're going to do and all this stuff, and it hasn't mattered. It hasn't mattered at all. Steph is just.
But he's going to get his though. He's going to go off.
If he goes off.
I don't know, man. Dylan might lock that dude up for all I know, man. Why be acting like Dylan ain't first team all defense out here?
Why are you acting like Steph Curry isn't the greatest shooter in the history of the NBA?
In the world.
I mean, if we're going to act like anything, I think that's probably
if he was that good, he wouldn't be battling for. They wouldn't be battling for 8th place in the West. Come on, man.
Man,
Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win, man. Just know that.
I like when you've switched all the way live.
All the way. I was done with these dudes.
Just you were all the way, man. Completely. It's incredible. Steph Curry again is.
Was Steph Curry rookie of the year? Nope.
The season he's having, yeah, he wasn't rookie of the year. Tyreek Evans was rookie of the year. What's Tyreek doing that year? What's Tyreek doing? Anybody checked on him? Is he doing?
Balling out
okay?
somewhere.
Don't ever disrespect Lord Tyreek like that.
I'm asking a serious question. What is he doing? I genuinely
he might be smoking crack. For all I know.
I don't know what he's doing, so I'm worried about him. So I hope he's going to be okay. The whole key of the whole thing is stopping Steph. I mean that's the beginning and the end of any matchup with Golden State. And if you look at Steph's numbers this year, they're just silly. I mean, he's the best offensive player statistically in the NBA. It's crazy what he's done. His shooting has been, other than the game against Phoenix, where he kind of his last game where he kind of just didn't exactly show up. Look at the numbers this month for Steph. The month of May, 41 points, 37 points, 34 points, 49 points, 36 points in all those games. He's fighting for the scoring title, and so he's going to be extra. You want a little extra motivation on top of that. He's trying to beat out Bradley Beal for the scoring title. So you're going to get every ounce of whatever from Steph. You're going to get every ounce that you can possibly get. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be tough. If Dylan Brooks can lock down Steph Curry,
or just make him work super hard. Make him score 40 on 40 shots and not 40 on 20 shots.
Lockdown is relative. Obviously, you're not going to lock. You're not
he's going to get his.
Steph Curry, but you're going to if you make him work for it. If you make him go, 7 for 28 for 23 points or something like that, then you get Dylan Brooks first team all defense.
So, I'm curious to see how they're going to defend Draymond. Because I've watched the Warriors the Warriors last 2 games or whatever, and there is a
give us a scouting report, Zach.
Well, no, there is a particular play that the Warriors run, and all I can see is
I love
just
X's and O's, Zach. This is exciting.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's the fake dribble handoff that Draymond does, where he fakes it to Steph, and then he immediately turns the corner. And either he's getting a layup, a dunk, or he's kicking it out to somebody at the 3. And so I can, see at some point, the Grizzlies give that up, during the game, which is going to frustrate, a lot of people because it's why, watch the ball. What are we doing? Stay with your guy. But I'm very curious to see how they're going to defend him because – I mean, if they're going to continue to run that pick and roll or dribble handoff with Draymond and Steph, I mean, for most of the game, you're going to be you're not going to have Dylan guarding Steph all night if that continues to happen.
We got to take advantage of the times when Steph's not in the game too. When they have those other dudes out there, Memphis has got to make runs when Steph's not in the game, big runs.
I mean, you can't let Juan Toscano Anderson beat you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's had a great story. You signed a newer deal, but you can't let that guy beat you. You can't let Draymond beat you. You've got to make sure you take care of everybody else. But remember, I mean, when you talk about defense, it's easy enough to say, oh, you let this guy lock down. There's no locking down because they're going to move guys around. You're gonna move guys around. You're gonna have guys, switching. You're gonna have different looks. But I think in terms of Draymond, the way that you defend him, the temptation, Zach, is to play off of him because he's not a very good shooter and give him a chance to shoot, But the issue is kind of like Ja. If you play off of him, now Ja's a better shooter. But if you play off Ja too much, you give him a chance to really see the court and make pinpoint passes. That's the thing with Draymond is if you play off of him, he's not going to shoot you to death. But guys can cut and move, and he can see those passes so well that you give him room to just kind of dictate the way the game's going to go. I think you got to have Kyle Anderson play up on him. You got to Kyle's long enough to be, and so anytime you can, you put him right in his airspace and make him work for it. Draymond's not going to be fast enough and good enough with the dribble to drive around him. Make it, get the ball out of his hands as much as you can. Get the ball. If you make Steph, run around and maybe he's going to make some great shots, and that's probably going to happen. But I'm trying to get the ball out of Draymond's hands as much as I can, because when the Warriors to me are at their most dangerous is when he's
when Draymond
out here just ping, ping, ping.
Yeah.
He's making the thing go. So I'm getting the ball out of his hands as much as I can.
So Jaren could be a big factor in the game if he could.
Could be. Or he could foul out in 15 minutes.
Or Draymond could just give him ball fakes.
Draymond could just give
tackling them.
Yeah, the Michigan State just give him the old goose.
Right, and
it could happen.
You know he's going to try a little boy Jaren just because.
No question.
Michigan State.
No question about it.
Well, maybe
It's
Tillman
big.
can be big bro on that one. Another Michigan State guy can come in.
Could be. There's a lot of Michigan State love right there. There's no question about that. All right, when we come back, we'll give you a preview of the rest of the weekend too. As we continue here, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Gossett Kia on Covington Pike is celebrating Memorial Day all month long, and we can put you in a new Kia for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte $139 a month, 2021 Kia Soul $179 a month, and 2021 Kia K5 built in America $199 a month. All 36-month leases, only $3,049 to its signing. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Forte $139 a month lease, Soul $179 a month lease, K5 $199 a month lease. So hurry to Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 358110, MSRP 20,590. Sold M777 6411, MSRP 21960. K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Do you have to add Freon to your air conditioner every summer? Good news, it's super tune-up time at Conway Services. We'll come out and perform our exclusive 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-up on your air conditioning system for only $69 with a Freon leak check. That's right, Conway Services exclusive 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up for only $69 with a Freon leak check. We'll remove years of dirt, grime, and leaves from your air conditioning system. It's like taking your air conditioner to a car wash, all for only $69. If you have an air conditioner that leaks Freon every year, with Conway Services Super Tune-Up, we'll include a free leak check. If that's not enough, we'll treat your unit with a special Teflon coating to help protect against the hot Memphis sun. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And call this week and we'll perform your super tune-up for only $57.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Golf is back, and so is Miramichi. And just like every other year, there are improvements. This beautiful golf course sits on 330 acres. It provides more than 7,400 yards of championship-level golf, and the beauty that surrounds it is absolutely amazing. And guess what is back too? It's the Miramichi patio. Totally redone, revamped bathrooms, a full service bar, and on weekends, there'll be bands. Oh, by the way, 2 TVs, and it's now open to the public. You don't even have to play golf to catch the view from the Miramichi patio. But if you do want to play some golf, have we got deals for you? Senior golf for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday down to $30. The standard weekday rates, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as low as $32. Even on the weekends, it's under $50, and you get golf balls on the range. Play the most beautiful golf course in all of Shelby County. Go check out Miramichi.
Tired of waiting on your sportsbook? Waiting for deposits and withdrawals? No more waiting with Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
I said a hip hop
The hip to the hip hopper. You don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And
don't ever tell me today's rap ain't talking about that.
Try to move your feet. You see, I am.
Don't ever play that game with me.
Hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow.
You want to say hello to,
Boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie.
Jump the boogie to the man, boogie.
It's a bunch of nonsense. Don't ever tell me today's rappers ain't talking about nothing.
Is mumble rap better than?
Yes.
What? Now see, this is innovators. We're talking about innovators, man. Sugar Hill Gang, like that's innovation. Like Curtis Blow, like people that nobody done this type of thing before. And you're just downplaying it like it's nothing. Come on, man. I'm not saying it's great, but it's like watching old 50s wrestling. Like, yeah, they never did it before, and it's like a bunch of headlocks and stuff. Okay, well, maybe it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but come on, you got to give these guys credit.
It was good. This is an all-time banger.
Rapping's fun. Rapping's cool. I like rap when I go to school. Rapping's neat. Rapping's cool. Yeah. Rapping's awesome.
Like lyrically, like back
then.
Yeah, it's
very simple.
Yeah, it was very simple, and then the Ebonics were a little bit different as well, because you could get away with fooling around with with words and stuff. You can mess with words a little bit more.
I haven't heard the word Ebonics in a long time. That's been a long time since I heard that.
Hey, listen. Hey man, you're a son of a teacher, man. You pick up words that you was taught.
I don't think we say that anymore, do we? We've replaced that, haven't we?
I think
they call it African American vernacular.
Ebonics.
AAVE. We call that African American vernacular English now.
Hey, don't get us started on this one.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I like the portmanteau. Ebony and phonics, it becomes Ebonics. I got it. It's cool. But I don't know.
So,
I mean, listen.
But mumble rap, you gotta have a fire producer. Like if the beat ain't right, then it's.
But that's true. That's true. Like forever. Like who's been a great lyrical rapper with like awful beats that you're just like.
J. Cole.
I mean, you gotta have a beat. Is he that great of a lyrical rapper? I mean, he's all right.
To an extent, Kendrick Lamar. He's got some weirdo beats too. But.
Yeah, but I mean, the lyrics matters. Like the beat matters, but obviously nobody's like sitting around like listening to the lyrics. They're listening to the beat first.
It's just the flow, man. Like
go back to the mid '90s and a young Peter Edmiston driving around listening to 3 6 Mafia. That was the beats. The beats, man. The lyrics.
The lyrics didn't matter too, bro. The stuff 3 6 was saying didn't go out.
But you can.
I mean, lyrically speaking, I think they were behind the beats. I'll put it that way. The beats were incredible. Yeah. The lyrics were, okay.
When you heard them go, dum. They came with that blah 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 blah. I mean, what's better than that, man? Come on.
No, I'm. Like I said, I was there. I was with it. So, all right. Now you both have predicted the Grizzlies victorious.
We're gonna win.
You guys are feeling it.
Go ahead, national media mad.
Feel as though
the
Grizzlies are going to get it done. So then, next question would be: do they get it done behind? Does Jaren Jackson Jr. get it figured out?
Jaren has to have a big game for them to win. He has to. He can't. He's got to have his best game. He's got to go off for like 4 or 5 threes, defensive stuff. Like Jaren's got to go off, like for real.
Or like not commit so many fouls, man. Like they were killing him with the head fakes last night, and then he got frustrated that one foul, and he just took it and just pretty much took himself out of the game, picking up number 5.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 fouls that were really, really bad, and the last one was horrible from Jaren. Like he cannot. That's just inexcusable. You can't do that one. You can do the other stuff you can do. You're gonna have ups and downs or whatever, but you cannot have that foul, and he can't take himself out of the game with those. What tonight? Do you think do they rest everybody tonight?
Yeah, they better.
They better. I mean, Ja especially. That's the one I'm really looking out for. Like Ja's, he has not looked.
Just let Justice Winslow just go wild. Just,
Point Justice.
Yeah, that'll just be LeBron out there.
Justice Winslow out there.
Activate
With a,
Point Justice.
What if he comes out there and he drops
Justice
like
Winslow,
40?
30
looks
and
like
20
LeBron.
for Justice Winslow. Unbelievable.
Just muscling his way to the rim.
And make
Oh, this is
everybody
incredible.
rethink. And like make everybody
It's
rethink
like,
the lineup.
maybe they got to start him. Maybe they start him in the game. He's back.
Why not?
He's back.
Why not start him for real?
He's back. He's tonight. Sure, absolutely. Just
Come out there looking like Kawhi out there on them folks.
start him at point guard.
Why not? Why not? For real.
As far as I'm concerned, start him at point guard. Come on, this is. I mean, I don't know. Again, tonight doesn't matter. It's all about. It's the biggest regular season game for the Grizzlies since when?
The Portland
Sunday's game.
Oh, since the Portland game.
That was not a regular season game.
The Portland game a few weeks ago.
No. That Portland game wasn't that big. Not compared to this. This is much, much bigger.
I don't know.
When was a bigger regular season game?
This season?
Ain't no such thing as a big regular season game. All they do is they can move up to 6th or they can move to 4th. Because that Portland game would have put you in 6th place, right? Or 7th or something. Something would have did. Why would they? It was something about that Portland game where we were saying it was the biggest game of the year. Why?
It was you could sweep them.
No, it was something about standings.
Yeah, then you was in play for number 6.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, they could have been. They could have gotten up to 6.
Could have been a contender. But you realize how many games we let slip away where we could have been looking at all these poverty playing teams. We could have been looking down on all of them.
I'm just saying it's the biggest regular season game since what?
Not
Huge
sure.
game.
But make sure you go to AsylumTees901.com and get the Bango tee now available. I might need to pay some legal costs. Oh, yeah,
Shameless.
Pete Pranica might sue me, too. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Gotta have a couple lawsuits Monday. Cease and desist letters.
Got to get some royalties.
Plus, Bango Buck, the Bucks mascot is named Bango.
Oh,
You got you're really. It's just really just.
Hey,
it's a minefield over here. Good luck.
if I can
Good
make
luck
a
with
couple
that.
G's over the weekend, it'll be all worth it, man. Come find me in the Cooper Young Fest. That's my goal. I mean, posted up in the Cooper Young Fest.
Before the cops come.
Hey, the Cooper Young. Ain't no restraints in that joint. I just see the most bootleg, like, bro, everybody in the world can sue you.
This is Third Street flea
yeah.
market stuff right here. Where you can just get whatever.
3rd Street. Forgot about 3rd Street. Yeah, I gotta stretch out this year, man.
Get down there.
The Bango tee is available. AsylumTees901.com.
Hour number 3 brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. Online, AcuraMemphis.com. Wear that Bango tee while you're driving around in a brand new Acura from Acura of Memphis. It'll make you look good. It'll make you feel good. That's what it's all
Bango
about.
while you.
When we next talk, Grizzlies may well be
8th seed out here.
in a great spot in the play-in or a terrible spot. We will find out, just like you will. Sunday afternoon. Everybody have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the weather.